Hello, passengers, and welcome to the Midnight Train, America's second favorite podcast, where we bring the dark to light, where history never dies, and where listener discretion is always advised. That's right, we're back, baby. That's right. You're hearing my voice right now, and you're going to hear somebody else's voice here in a second. But you know what? I'm just going to say it now. Sitting in front of me in the co-host chair, he's back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the one, the only, Mr. Moody!
Yay!
And if you're a first time listener, we'll discuss it later.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So listen,
Let's just go with that.
we make fun of and joke about the creepy and unsolved mysteries of the world, all while bringing you as much information on each topic as possible. So if you didn't know,
3 months. That's new.
Yeah, well, that one is.
Ish.
Yeah. Ish. Oh, this is going to be crazy. It's been a while, folks. All right. So, yeah, we've been gone for... Shit, we haven't posted an actual episode. Well, I did a little bit of an update not too long ago.
I saw that.
But it was like 5 minutes long of me crying like a little girl. I love you guys.
I'm so sorry.
I got to stop drinking so much. Speaking of. Anyway, so we do make fun of things. So listen, if we're a comedy podcast,
Mostly
okay?
each other.
Yeah, correct. And things can get dark because we do talk about true crime and some pretty dark things. And if you're not into that, listen, no hard feelings. It's all good. Give it a chance if you can. And if you can, and welcome aboard. You know what I mean? This crazy train, if you will.
That's called foreshadowing.
I am your host, the conductor of the cryptic, Jonathan Sayre. And like I said, this guy over here, this Mr. Moody, he's good.
It's a me, Mario.
It's a me. So we are back. It's been a while.
Did you just say I'm good?
Yeah. You're good, right?
I'm great.
Oh, well then.
Ish.
Listen, if you guys wait till the end of the episode, we're actually going to sit and kind of talk about some things about what's happened in the interim here.
We call that bullshitting.
Yes, we are going to be bullshitting at
That's
the end.
the industry term.
Yes. So if you want to stick around, but listen, until then,
Yeah.
we're going to save all that business stuff and everything else until the end.
That's how we do.
So let's turn down the lights, adjust our seats, grab a drink that somebody already opened because he's new here, apparently.
Who's the fucking new guy?
Who's it?
Who brought this guy?
Who would do that? And let's get Griffiny?
Yes. Is that a word?
It is now.
Used to describe things that are Griffin-like?
Yes.
Griffiny.
Griffiny.
Or like Peter Griffiny.
But first, here's a toast to all of you beautiful motherfuckers. Oh, yeah, I got to do that. I hope I don't blow your speakers out. Here it goes.
There's no drop.
Oh, man, that's so good. I'm going to turn it up a little bit more.
Yeah, do it. Do it.
Get you guys hyped up. Yeah.
What you guys don't know is that was all made with samples of John farting.
The whole time. I just pitch shifted everything.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's not hard to do.
No.
I mean, anyone could do it.
Yeah.
Like, just put forth some effort, fart into a microphone.
Not too much effort.
Because then it becomes a different problem. All right, so Mr. Moody.
Yes, sir.
What are we talking about today?
We are talking about the ghosts of Griffintown. Yeah. I saved the best one for last, just so you know.
The Ghost of Griffintown.
Yes.
All right.
So the Ghosts of Griffintown. Griffintown is in Canada.
I just came from there.
Where? Where were you?
I went to Toronto.
Okay.
Which is a beautiful place.
It is.
Holy crap, there's a lot of driving.
It is.
Like between cities and stuff. And Canadians, and I know we have a lot of Canadian listeners.
Yeah.
That was my first time going to Canada, and I've lived here.
Seriously?
pretty much since I was born.
You didn't when you like turned 19, you didn't make the Windsor trips to get hammered over the border?
I was not that guy. I waited until I was like 21 and then became an alcoholic.
I was that guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my wife was as well. So yeah.
Strip clubs in Canada are weird because they have coins.
Loonies?
For
You're
their
throwing
dollars.
loonies?
So we were just like,
How do you put that in?
We're like, how do we do this? Like, it was confusing. It was. You put it on the stage and they pick it up.
So
It's not as fun.
I've never been there before. I've been to Niagara on the New York side. Okay.
Lame.
Right.
Sorry,
So,
Niagara. It's lame though.
I mean, it is kind of lame compared to the other side.
Oh, absolutely.
Comparatively speaking. Anyway, it was anniversary time. Wife was like, hey, you've never been to, 10 years. 10-year anniversary, buddy.
10 years?
10 whole
Ours,
years.
we celebrated 13 this year.
You gotta always show me up, don't you?
Well, yeah. Man.
Son of a bitch.
Isn't that what it's all about?
Listen, the
I
fact
caught
that
a fish this big.
so I've never been to Canada. She's like, okay, we're going to Canada. I'm like, cool. You know?
All right.
So we drove straight to Toronto.
A 5-hour drive. Not too bad.
It was 6-ish because of all the traffic.
Yeah, there's a lot of traffic once you get like near Toronto.
Yeah, dude.
It's a motherfucker.
So it took us some weird ass back way through these beautiful communities and stuff. And I'm like, wow, this is awesome. This place looks super peaceful, super safe, like awesome. And then
Canada, of course, it's safe.
Well, our GPS decided to like take us to like, I don't know where it was taking us. And then we're like, why is it so busy here? And why is everyone wearing gold wings and really weird costumes? And there's just people everywhere. Turns out that we picked the weekend to go to Toronto for their, basically their version of, what's that thing they have? Carnival. Yeah, dude. Our hotel, it was super expensive.
Canadian Carnival.
It's Canadian Carnival, yeah. And I forget what the hell they call it. And I'm sure they'll tell us. But it was, we're checking into the hotel. I'm like, what the fuck is going on around here? And the guy's like, yeah, it's our, and I forget what they call, they have a word for it there. But it was insane. Insane. Oh my God.
Once a year, we dress the moose up.
It was with glitter. It was awesome though. We had so much fun.
How long were you there?
Just overnight, basically. And
okay.
So we drove straight
So
there.
you didn't have a chance to go to the Hockey Hall of Fame?
I did not. I did not.
That sucks.
We went to a really, 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 really overpriced restaurant.
Okay.
Extremely. And when I say really, I'm like, yeah, not oof. It still hurts.
They had the fancy poutine there?
No, I didn't even get poutine. I got a steak. She got a steak and a bottle of wine, and it was not cheap. Well, I'll just put it that way. Yeah. But it was good. It was good. And then we just kind of hung out.
But remember, it's in Canadian dollars.
And so you think it's a lot cheaper when you see that.
Right.
And how do you take your money seriously? It's called a loonie and a toonie. How do you do that?
It's because one's got a loon on it and the other one's got two of them, I guess. I don't know.
Is that what it is?
Well, one's worth one and it's got a loon on it, so they call it a loonie. The other one's worth two, so they call it a toonie.
Loon is a bird?
Their actual paper money is fucking phenomenal.
Dude, it's so cool looking.
If you put it under a black light, it glows. There's like shit that shows up.
It's
like
got
fireworks,
clear parts in it. We went to the
fantastic.
So on our way home, we stopped off, and I love how we were literally talking right now and haven't even gotten started on this yet. But we went to the
it's what we do.
The Hard Rock Casino in Niagara. Not Niagara. Yeah, it's Niagara still, right? Yeah. So we went there, and I was looking at their money. I was like, oh my God, this is awesome.
It's great.
Like, I want to keep it, you know?
So good.
Yeah, instead we blew it all. Anyway. So speaking of Canada.
I was in, by the way, real quick, I was in Toronto also earlier this year. My daughter's hockey team, her coach is from Toronto. So we decided, you know what, fuck it. This year, we're going to let the kids go to Canada and play hockey. And we just figured, why not go get our asses kicked by some Canadians? They didn't, though. They did well. They got to the semifinals.
That's crazy. Going against like Canadians who that's what they do there, right?
Yeah. I mean, it was fun. We had a good time.
I did get some poutine though while I was there.
You said you didn't get poutine.
No, I didn't get poutine at the restaurant.
Oh, good. You don't want to spend a lot of money on poutine.
No, that probably would have been like $800. That's crazy. Yeah.
Canadian dollars.
Loonies and toonies. All right, so Canada. That's right. The Great White North, the land of Celine Dion, Alanis Morissette, and Bryan Adams.
Yes.
Home to the likes of Bret Hart. Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Oh, absolutely.
Killer Kowalski and some dude named Sexy Eddie with 3 X's in his name.
Yeah.
I guess they can't all be winners, though, right? Like, is he an actual wrestler?
Yes.
Sexy Eddie.
Yes.
Don't know that one.
Me either.
So
he's
the
in there. He made it. This is probably the most publicity he's ever had.
He's probably like, really?
Somebody said something about me? He's probably huge up there, though.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know. So, of course, it's the land that brings you poutine, butter tarts, ketchup chips, the best damn maple syrup other than Vermont you'll ever eat.
Vermont may as well be Canada. Let's put it that way.
It's kind of Canada light.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
It is.
Yeah. And let us not forget, of course, the Tim Hortons.
Oh, yeah.
Which,
fuck yes.
And Moody believes kicks the shit out of Starbucks and Dunkin'.
No. I don't believe. Does.
Okay. It's okay.
My Canadian friends they'll vouch.
Their food's a lot better than those other places.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Everything's better. Their coffee.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That was accidental.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I'm feeling it right now.
It's great, So that's right. Of course, we're going back to Canada. Yes, the Canadians, the Canadadadadans,
the Canucks.
That's right. Canada may be trying to kill us with their wildfire smoke, which I did not see a significant amount of while I was up there. And,
I think it's kind of gone away now.
Yeah, good.
I hope so, because that sucks.
Yeah, it sucks for them. Yeah, for sure. Like a lot of houses and animals.
I mean, you see how it is when that shit happens, like California out that way. Like it's devastating.
And which, by the way,
Australia had those. Like, was that last year, 2 years ago? They had all that wildfire shit.
Yeah,
that's probably like 10 years ago now, but I don't know.
Yeah, and our hopes and well wishes go out to everyone over in Hawaii right now. So if you know someone over there, they're dealing with some shit right now. So if you're from a different country right now, you've probably seen, but Hawaii. I
gotta say, it sucks even more because they've got nowhere to go. Can only go so far.
What are you gonna do? Just jump in the ocean? Cause that's all there really is, right? Yeah. It sucks. It seriously sucks.
It's a bad situation.
Yeah. So hopefully, it all gets taken care of and everybody's all right. But unfortunately, a lot of lives have already been lost. So that sucks.
It's not good.
Yeah. So now listen. We do still love Canada, regardless of all the smoke.
Yeah.
Okay. And our neighbors to the north.
Well, we love their other smoke.
That is true. I got there and I'm like, I kept smelling it. And I'm like, to the guy at the hotel, I'm like, hey, is weed legal up here?
Yes.
And he goes, yeah, absolutely. And I was like, really? He's like, for some reason I didn't know.
It's been for a while.
He's like, oh yeah, if you go down here, there's this thing, and over here, there's
dispensaries everywhere.
Just get the fuck out of
here. We
went
to one, like all our kids were partying, and my wife's cousin took us to a dispensary. I got a bunch of drinks, dude. They were great.
That's amazing. So yeah, it was nice, but you smelled it everywhere. I mean, it was literally everywhere. So I was in a good mood the entire time. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Too. So they've been, they've given us some pretty good stories as well.
Oh, right? Yeah. And Creepy Canada.
That's right.
That was a good one.
It was a good one. And they've been a part of many of our episodes, which, if you're counting, is nearing the big 200.
Was that 20?
No, there's an extra zero in there. So that's 200. 200! That's right.
200?
Coming up to 200 episodes, which we would have surpassed by far if we would have just been recording episodes. Yeah. You guys will find out what the hell's been going on later. Anyway.
Yeah.
So today we are going to a town. Well, a
town?
Neighborhood.
Neighborhood?
Okay.
A borough, maybe?
Maybe. A hood.
A hood?
A hood, see?
A hood?
A hood in Montreal called Griffintown. And why, you may ask, why in the fuck are you guys going to Griffintown? Well, because Moody fucking wanted to. That's it.
Yeah, I figured why not.
Yeah, that's why.
It's just a nice area.
Right.
Actually, I don't know that for sure. The pictures I saw, I mean, they were,
Does it look rough?
Parts.
Well, as we go through this,
I feel like they're trying to revitalize the area right now, from what I was gathering.
As we go through this, you'll find out why some of it's a little bit tattered and torn, if you will.
Yeah, there's some, well, it's like an old
wooden ship.
It's Griffintown is an old wooden ship.
By the way, you guys got to drink. You know what that means. We're back, baby. So you got to drink. Which, speaking of, I got to drink. Yeah.
Cheers, bitch.
Yep, cheers. Yep.
Cheers, fuckface.
Hey, guy. So, and of course,
not your guy, pal.
They have some exciting and creepy shit that went down there.
They do.
And that's kind of what we do. So, let's dive right in.
Every once in a while.
Well, damn it. That's going to happen all night, isn't it?
Yep.
Now, we're going to start with some history. Okay, because, I mean, that's what we do as well.
It is. We do. We love history.
That's right.
And I'm back, so now you're going to get history whether you fucking like it or not.
Right up the old wazoo.
I like history.
I love history. So according to the Canadian Encyclopedia.com, and yes, that's actually a real thing, the neighborhood was developed on a plot of land called is it Fife or Fief?
Fife.
Fife.
I think. I don't know.
It's Fief of Nazareth.
I believe it's Fife.
Okay,
I believe
Fife.
it's pronounced Fife.
I'm going to say Fife.
Could be Faith.
Like Fife Dog from Tribe Called Quest.
Could be Faith.
Fife.
You gotta have faith.
Like if you got a lisp. I've got faith.
Mike Tyson singing.
There's a British guy saying it. I've got faith.
It's not faith.
It is called the Faith of Nazareth. Granted to Jean, I'm going to say Jean, Mance in 1654. The Sisters of Hotel Dieu administered the fief in Montreal. In 1792, a Protestant merchant from Northern Ireland named Thomas McCord.
Pretty sure it's Fife.
It might be Fife. It's probably Fife. We're idiots. Who knows?
Fief is funner, though.
The thief. Oh, he took my stuff. He's a thief. Shit.
Maybe that's why they call it. Maybe he stole the land.
And that's why.
They named it after whoever stole the land.
But it's Fief.
Yeah, I think it's Fife.
Okay, we're going to say fucking Fife for now, I guess. Or FIFA. We'll figure it out.
FIFA.
Yeah, it's FIFA. That's what it's all soccer town. That's it. It's all soccer. Yeah. I'm sorry. Football.
The whole town is just a soccer stadium. Mm-hmm. Everyone lives inside of it.
Yeah. So this guy from Ireland's name's Thomas McCord.
Okay.
And he obtained a 99-year lease from the religious community. He hoped
why not 100 at that point?
Maybe because you don't think you're going to live that long? Or maybe, is there a surtax?
Look, if I'm getting something based on how long I'm going to live, I'm going like year by year, bro. I'm not going 99. I'm not going to fucking make it to 99.
Yes, you will. No, you won't. It's all right.
I'll be lucky if I make it 3 months to the next episode.
Motherfucker. Damn it. So he hoped to develop the farm and work the land, then known as the Grange des Pauvres, or Barn of the Poor. Pauvre. I'm assuming that's how you say that. So business concerns forced him to return to Great Britain and leave the Fife management to his associate, Patrick Langan. Langan sold the land illegally to Mary Griffin, the wife of Robert Griffin, who was a soap manufacturer.
Not the football player.
Is there a Robert Griffin?
Robert Griffin III. He played for the Browns.
RG3.
Like a game, and then he broke his ankle or some shit.
We were all hyped up about it, too.
Biggest waste of money besides Johnny
It was
Manziel.
like the first catch.
Yeah, it was. Like the first play, he like ran down the sideline and snapped his ankle.
Yeah, that's good. That's Cleveland. That's Cleveland. Yeah, that's Cleveland. It's fine. Speaking of which, football season's upon us.
Yay.
It is.
I love it and hate it at the same time. It's amazing.
You have to if you're from here. And if you're from a place that has, good football, well, good on you.
Fuck you.
It'll be fine.
You're a Patriots fan, eh? Fuck off.
Yeah, that's fine. It's easy to be a Patriots fan, though, because they're good. Well, they weren't that great last year, though.
Yeah, they've been mediocre for a while. But still, I'll take mediocre. Dude.
Because the GOAT is no longer there. So, anyway.
That's true.
This is not a sports podcast. I apologize. Anyway. So,
Yet.
So Robert Griffin was a soap manufacturer, not a football player who broke his leg, who set about to develop the area. Okay.
Yes.
So when McCord returned from overseas, well, he was not too happy about it.
I can imagine he was pissed.
Because, of course, Langan had sold his land without his knowledge. Okay. And then a lengthy legal battle ensued. In 1814, after said legal action, Thomas McCord regained the sub-fief of Nazareth. And then mass Irish immigration led to a significant increase in Montreal's population, especially after 1815. So something I did not know. A very large amount of Irish people in Montreal.
Yes. So we'll get into it a little bit more.
Yeah.
There was during the whole potato thing,
which we'll talk about.
Dickloads of Irish people came to Canada, apparently. So we'll talk about it.
For some reason, I don't know why
I did not know until I was doing this that there was a humongous Irish population in Canada.
That's awesome.
I had no idea.
So now, do they have I
thought they all came to fucking Boston. I don't know.
they definitely.
I thought they all came to fucking Boston.
Boston. That's right. I'm Irish. You see? But do they have like haggis covered in poutine? Is that what they do?
Maybe, I don't know.
That actually sounds good. You had haggis before?
No, actually, I have not. That's one of the few things that I have not had. I would try it if given the opportunity.
Have you had spotted dick?
No.
Okay, so that's also.
Have you had spotted dick?
Yes, but I took pills for it. Ayo!
You did that just so you set up that joke. Didn't you?
Set up, baby.
I fucking fell.
God, it feels
fell
good
for
to
it,
be
too.
back.
I fell for that shit.
Feels good.
I'm off. See, it's been too long. I'm off my game now.
Yes. So now the newcomers, they settled in Nazareth, renamed Griffintown, called it Griffintown, okay?
Yes.
Or, oh boy, Faubourg Saint Anne.
There's a lot of good stuff in here. For you to pronounce.
I noticed.
I missed this too.
A short time later, I'm sure you did. Thank you. Yeah. Due to its proximity to the downtown core and the Lachine Canal,
Yes.
the leading commercial transportation route, the district evolved into a significant industrial and commercial center over the next 20 years.
Yep.
See that? Because some dude was shady, and all of a sudden, good things happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so, the guy's still kind of a dick for doing that, but...
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So,
I mean, everything worked out in the end.
yeah. So now 30 years later, there was a second wave of immigration from Ireland when the Great Potato Famine, as Moody had mentioned a minute ago, of 1845 to 49, forced 500,000 Irish people to head on over to the U.S. and Canada. Canada,
Yes. At the time, it was called Canada.
Yeah, the Irish took that.
They dropped the extra nan.
Yeah.
In, I believe it was 1903.
Four.
Okay.
It was 1904.
Then that's when they turned just to Canada.
Just Canada. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
Because it sounded too much like banana.
Right.
Canada.
Yeah, they didn't want people to say banana.
Right. Exactly. That guy'd be stupid. So in Montreal, they settled near the port and lived in difficult conditions without running water. That sucks. Griffintown's Irish residents helped build the Lachine Canal that we mentioned earlier and widened it. And they also helped build the Victoria Bridge and the Grand Trunk Railway lines. I know you want to. You know you want to. You know you want to.
I wanted to when I was writing it too.
Is that where they got their name?
I don't think so. They should.
So Grand Trunk Railway and Grand Funk Railroad.
It might be. Are they Canadian? I'm looking at it. I gotta fucking find out now. I can't believe I didn't look that up.
That's Brick House, right?
No. Grand Funk is we're an American band. Oh, so they're not Canadian. Oops. I answered my own question that way.
Oh shit! Oh my god! I'm gonna pop a blood vessel here. Oh my god! We're
John,
a Canadian band.
I just looked it up. They're not Canadian.
Oh my god! Hold on, I gotta recompose after that one. Holy shit! Okay. So, in addition to crushing poverty, so like the poverty was horrible.
On a more serious note,
yeah, the immigrants also had to deal with river flooding and tons of fires, the most devastating of which made 500 families homeless in 1850. And St. Anne's Church, built in 1854 and administered by the Redemptorists. Yeah, I guess, was the Irish workers' meeting place. So that's where they'd meet up. The district saw the development of many industries during the 19th century, including flour mills and smelting works, making Griffintown an industrial hub of Montreal. The metallurgy sector grew from 11 smelting works. Go ahead.
The name did come from the Grand Trunk Western Railroad.
Get out of here.
Yes.
Hold on. We deserve one of these. Yeah.
The band was originally called Grand Trunk Railroad.
Get out of here.
And they had to change their name because the Grand Trunk Western Railroad objected to the use of their name and the band was forced to change it. So they changed it to Funk, baby.
That's pretty awesome. Chicago had the same thing happen to them. The band Chicago. They were actually called...
Chicago?
Yeah, they were called Chicago Transit Authority.
Right, yeah.
And they were like, nope. So they just became Chicago. So that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Look, you guys are learning shit.
Fucking A, man.
Fucking learning shit.
They are from America, though.
We're an American band.
I just looked on the Wikipedia. The first line is the Grand Funk Railroad is an American band. I'm like,
but it says it in the song.
Yeah.
So anyway, the metallurgy here and the whole sector, the section of the town or whatever, grew from 11 smelting works. And would you like to describe what smelting is? had a terrible smelting accident.
Fucking melt shit down and
Yeah.
get all the good stuff out of it and get rid of all the shit stuff.
Yeah, so like whether you're working with iron,
Right,
gold,
so you're just
silver,
breathing in toxins all day.
it's fine. It's fine. It's better than starving to death, I guess.
Hey, you know what they say? He who smelt it,
Damn it.
refined it.
Yep. Clarified it. So in 1861, they had 11. And then in 1890, they had 20.
Oh.
And then in 1929, they had 28.
Wow.
Yeah.
Exponentially growing the smelting business.
Correct. And so chemical plants, especially for acids, fertilizers, oils, paints, shit like that, and textile factories also started popping up.
That's good for the environment.
Who cares about that? Let future us deal with that.
What do you mean, where are we going to put everything? We got a river right there.
Yeah.
Let's fucking dump it there.
And what I guess my favorite part, but our favorite as well, because you do enjoy a brew.
I do. I do.
Griffintown had a substantial brewing industry, which is amazing. The Dow Brewery, which is fucked up because the Dow company is the one who is the chemical company, Dow.
Correct.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're related or not.
It has to be, right?
I don't know.
And the Williams Brewery, which became the Imperial Brewery around 1850, expanded rapidly because folks be drinking.
Well, yeah, when you got to fucking work all day and you live in shitty conditions, what better way to kill them time and make yourself feel better?
And they're Irish.
Well, yeah, I mean that too.
I'm Irish, folks, so...
You put all that shit together, I mean, you just...
Yeah, I found out recently I'm very English, very, very English, and then part Irish and part Scottish. So that's pretty much what I am. Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
I'm that guy. Yeah, it does. I make bland food, drink a lot, and get mad at everybody. I'm kidding.
Hey-o.
I'm kidding. So now, in 1909, they combined to become national breweries, consolidating the production of Griffintown's 2 brewing operations. So moving on up.
Yeah, you knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Right.
In the early 20th century, the neighborhood here of Griffintown, their economy slowed down like hard. And the economic crisis of the 1930s made the situation even worse. So
It didn't just fuck up America,
No.
peoples.
Canada got real screwed up on it too.
Yes.
Yep. So Montreal's progress slowed, and Griffintown's population gradually declined. In 1963, the Jean Drapeau administration rezoned the district for industry.
Oh.
Yeah.
What the fuck was it zoned for before when there was 9 billion chemical plants?
It probably wasn't zoned at all. They were just probably like, just put it up there. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? Whatever.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Probably didn't have zoning laws in the 30s.
Right. And of course, this struck a huge blow to the entire area.
Oof.
Homeowners could no longer rebuild their houses after a fire or demolition. So basically, if you lived there, since it's
You were just waiting for your shit to fall down so you can move.
that's it. So they're
Couldn't
just standing
rebuild.
around going, fire department standing there going, nope. Mm-mm. Sorry.
We could save it, sir. It's a wall. You can't save it.
Nope. Sorry. You should go to Toronto.
They have the Hockey Hall of Fame.
So schools began to close. Of course, no students there. And St. Anne's Church was demolished in June of 1970.
And they weren't allowed to rebuild it.
Right, because of the
Right.
industry code rezoning and shit. Construction started on the Bonaventure Expressway in 1965. The Lachine Canal fell into disuse in 1972, and almost all of the factories closed their shit up. Yeah.
It's actually impressive that they were using canals in the 70s.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I thought canals were like, that seems like an 1800s thing, right?
I mean, do we use any canals for anything now?
Like there's like the Suez Canal and shit to get from one side to the other.
Isn't that where that dumbass got like stuck?
I think it was, yes. I fucking forgot about that.
Pulling a fucking what the fuck?
Austin Powers
Austin
move?
Powers trying with a barge. And like fucked up everybody's
weeks.
shit.
For
like
weeks.
the whole world was fucked up because of that, because you couldn't get through
One
there.
dipshit fucking grounded his ship in the canal.
Whatever. I want to find out what happened to that guy.
I'm sure someone shot him.
Well,
He certainly doesn't have a job anymore.
yeah, deservedly. So Griffintown was beginning to, unfortunately, die. By 1974, there were only 546 residents. In the following years, the last Irish families took off by choice or force, because they were...
Someone burned their house down.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Right, as more buildings were being demolished and land was being taken away. Okay? Not like that doesn't happen here in the States. I'm just
No.
saying, that's never happened.
When did we ever take
Yeah,
land?
why would we do that?
We never took anyone's land.
So the city decided to rechristen the area Faubourg des Récollets.
Oh.
It could be Recollets, but it's a
spelled?
TS.
How's it spelled?
It is RE with a little schwa over the top of the E.
Oh, look at you, Schwan.
Yeah. Schwan! Sorry.
Stop looking at me, Schwan.
Fucking hell. It's RECOLLETS. And it's French, I would assume.
Récolliers.
Récollet? What? No.
Whatever.
So
We're sorry. We don't know.
I mean, we don't. We have no idea.
We're not French.
So this basically erased nearly 200 years of the Irish people and their heritage being in that place.
It seems reasonable.
Yeah. They were like, hey, you know what? Let's go back to the French, okay?
Who built this area up? The Irish. Yeah, they were here for how long? Oh, okay. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and rename it and forget they ever existed, okay?
Do you guys have an eraser? I mean, these are history books, right? I'm just going to...
I'll take whiteout. Whiteout? Do we have whiteout?
Yeah, whiteout. Yeah, that's fine. Just burn this.
Yeah.
Burn it. It's fine. So around the 1980s and up to the present day, there have been efforts to bring the community back and modernize it, like you were kind of talking about earlier.
Yeah.
There have been several planning stages and many rebuild efforts, many meeting with controversy, as urban planning usually does.
Correct.
Yeah. Some people
wants that.
Right. Some people want the area preserved.
Which I feel like some of it should be, at least.
Yeah, for historical purposes,
Absolutely.
right? Yeah. And, the other side kind of wants to just
make money.
Tear it all down and start over.
Put up shiny new condos and...
Little eraser.
Yeah.
Bye.
Footnote.
Yeah. So, that's kind of how it goes. The sides constantly change over development plans and efforts to revive the area. That's another thing that, we're going to avoid getting into here, though. And again, shout out to CanadianEncyclopedia.com.
Yeah, they gave me some good info.
Which is still a real thing.
You know what I don't understand? Why Canada did not take the opportunity. Because, the U.S., everything is .gov, right?
Uh-huh.
And Canada is .ca for Canada.
Okay.
Why did they not just make it .a, .eh, everything Canada, right?
.a.
So exactly.
I thought you meant the letter A until you spelled it. And I'm like, I just think
go to www.canada.a.
They talk like that anyway. You might as well. It's better than .can though.
That's true.
You know what I mean? All right, so listen, now on to the creepy, crazy stuff.
There was a point to all this.
Yes, that was the history. You guys know how we do it here.
That's how we roll.
Give you a little bit of the historical aspect of it, and then we go into the stuff that makes you
listen, honestly,
yearn.
Honestly, when you get the history of the area that you're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
It helps build up where you're going, obviously. So the stories that you learn, the stories that we tell about ghosts and things that happen are directly related to the history.
Correct.
If we just started to the ghost stories are cool, right?
But you have to know.
But if you know how the town was, I will have some. Do you have
By the
another?
way, yeah, we're
Do I just gotta chug out of this ball?
take a sip, yeah.
All right.
It's Cooperstown. Drinking some Cooperstown whiskey from my buddy Bill and my good friend Katie, who got
it pop?
It just pulls off. Yeah, I don't know if you can actually pop it off or not. Wait, there it is, and it's delicious. So thank you guys again so much.
Yeah, that's good. Let me try it here.
Yeah. Oh, he's taking a sip. Ooh. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
It's solid, man. Smooth.
So that's the whiskey, the bourbon. Oh my God! I want to marry it if I ever get divorced. I'm going to marry that. And
okay,
yeah, I'm just saying.
At any rate,
moving on.
No, but we the history helps to build the story.
Plus, it gets a connection. You get a connection there too. If
you know where these stories are coming from, it makes it that much more interesting to me. Right? Because now we know how the area was brought about. We know that there was a lot of Irish living in poverty and it was a rough area to live in. So now all these stories make more sense.
Right.
Yeah. So you know where they're coming from ahead of time.
Well, makes more sense. It's coming from us.
I mean, nothing we do makes sense, but that's
what I'm
not
saying.
the point.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
It makes more. That's why I said it makes more sense.
But the info's there. That's what we're saying. Yeah.
Yes, take it how you will.
Right. So we'll start with the year 1847, which became known as Black 47. Not to be confused with the film or Celtic punk band of the same name.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
What are you okay?
Yes.
Is it the whiskey or the Budweiser?
Probably both.
Budweiser. Please don't get offended that he's drinking a Budweiser.
It's all he fucking
It's all I had over there, yeah. Because I don't drink that at all.
This has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah,
it's just
at
beer.
all. It's just beer. Yes, that's
And
it.
we're on a podcast.
Yes. Moving on.
And we're talking about Canada.
Moving on. So if you're up on your history, which we know all of you amazing passengers are, you'll understand why that year was so significant.
What was the year again?
That would be 1847.
Oh, is that the one that they called Black 47?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
right.
You were listening.
Oh, yeah.
What? And if you're Irish or from Irish descent, then you'll definitely know what that year kind of commemorates there.
Yes.
You if you don't know, you will learn, or should I say, you should know, right? Right, one way or the other. You're gonna find out.
You're gonna learn today.
Oh, he gonna learn. But this time frame is significant because it was right smack dab in the middle of the Great Famine, also known as the Great Hunger, or the famine in Ireland, and also known as the Irish Potato Famine outside of Ireland.
It
Right?
had many names.
Yes. It was still just, you can call it whatever you want. It was
Many
fucked
names, one fucked up
up.
situation.
Yes, very fucked.
Ooh.
Now, the height of this. What
I
happened?
will say this.
Uh-oh.
I never really knew about, I knew about the potato famine, right?
Mhm.
Because I knew, you knew the situation, right?
Right.
I learned a lot. I didn't realize what a problem this thing was.
It was bad. It was bad.
Yeah.
Real bad.
And the amount of people that were displaced and
Yeah.
died, and it's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Not in a good way. It's fucking incredibly ridiculous.
Disheartening. Yeah. It's devastating. So now the height of this famine came in, well, obviously, 1847.
Yes.
Black 47, if you will. The leading cause of the famine was potato blight.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Learned that one.
Yeah. So we'll get nerdy and sciencey here for a second, as we do like to do from time to time.
Sure.
And
Every 3 months, like clockwork.
So the potato blight or late blight is caused by, oh boy, Phytophthora infestans. Fief. He's a fief. No, this one's PH. So it's It's literally spelled PHTH. Is that even possible? How do you say PHTH together? Phthora. Right? That's what that is.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but goddamn, it's funny, dude.
I mean, it's anyway.
Those are sounds that don't belong.
That does not belong together. Yeah. So these are infestans, all right. And so since we know you guys already know what that means, but for the sake of the argument, and for those that don't, we'll tell you that the Phytophthora infestans, it's a fancy name for a water mold or fungus-like microorganism that causes significant disease in potatoes and tomatoes as well.
Potato, tomato.
Right, exactly.
Thora.
Thora. It's a fucking dumb word. Anyway, so this blight destroyed crops in Europe starting in 1840, and it pretty much just beat the shit out of Ireland in 1845.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's the thing. That's the other thing is I didn't realize that it was such a widespread issue, because you always hear about the Irish potato famine.
No, it was a big deal.
It was throughout Europe, though, like everywhere. It wasn't just an Ireland thing.
Right. It just hit them significantly harder because that was their main, thing.
What they do, man.
You know what I mean?
Potatoes.
Right. It was potatoes.
It's like if Idaho went down,
Yeah. Well, yeah. If it was its own separate country and, drank a lot. Anyway, sorry.
Have you ever been to Idaho? Maybe they drink a lot. What the
been.
fuck else is there to do in Idaho?
We've both been to Idaho.
Yeah, we have.
That's where that stinky place was. Remember that stinky place?
It was like a dog food factory or some shit.
It's something.
Yeah.
I thought it was a corn whatever plant, but dude,
whatever.
the whole place smelled like
so bad.
farts. It smelled like farts, bad farts.
So bad.
Yeah, that's where you had just got your nipples pierced. And
Yeah, you hit me with a football. I remember that one.
right in the teat.
Yep. Right in said nipple.
Anyway, sorry. So now
you all know that I have my nipples pierced.
you guys are probably sitting there thinking to yourself right now, hey, thanks for the history lesson, you bunch of fucks. But what the fuck does that have to do with Canada and Griffintown? Well,
That's what I was thinking.
right. Settle down there, you little nerf herders. We'll tell you.
Wow.
As we said earlier, 1847 was a bad year, an awful year in Ireland. During the famine, immigration from Ireland ramped up to incredible numbers. Okay, while history will show that immigration started earlier in Ireland, the famine accelerated the rate, okay? So immigration during the famine years of 1845 to 1850, it was primarily to England, Scotland, South Wales, North America, and Australia. Okay, so they just said, we got to go someplace else.
So everywhere that's not Europe.
Correct. And of all places, Australia.
I mean, they fucking found Australia, right?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Irish people will burn like a fucking match in Australia.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not a match made in heaven, but,
Yeah.
a little bit of sunscreen, some hats, it'll be all right.
Sunscreen. I mean, okay. And we love you, Australian listeners, but listen.
Hell yeah, dude.
You guys,
I'm
boy,
so
boy.
so being the nerd that I am, I play a lot of games on my phone at work because I don't actually do any work there.
Okay.
And I got back into do you remember Clash of Clans? Remember that game?
I know of, never played
I
it.
got back into that from like 5 years ago when I stopped playing. And now I'm in a clan and they're all Australian except for me and like one other guy. And the shit they say is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I have
absolutely.
no idea what they're talking about.
Oh, absolutely.
No idea.
Not only that,
They'll be talking to me, say shit to me. I'm just like, okay. I don't know what that means, but thanks.
you wallaby cunt. What? Did you just call me a cunt? Yeah, mate, we're good.
Dude, they use the most ridiculous words in slang, and I have no idea
They're
what
amazing. They're absolutely amazing. And
good people, though.
And as much as I would like to go over there, I don't think I want to.
I do.
I went to India, and that was like far enough over for me.
Did you hear about there's a conspiracy theory that Australia doesn't exist?
Yeah, it's just like what's the state that doesn't exist here?
Oh, yeah, no.
Nebraska? Is it it's Nebraska?
No, it's
Utah.
No, fuck, what is it? It's not Utah.
Utah.
I know what you're talking about.
Utah Fief.
The Fief of Utah.
No, I thought it was Nebraska.
I don't think.
Anyway, yeah, they say that shit all the time.
We're talking about Canada, not Utah.
So now, like, for the numbers here, when Moody was talking about, he didn't really realize how significant this was. From the nearly 1 million people that died, it's believed that over another 1 million people left Ireland to find like another home, because they were just dying. And over 100,000 of those immigrants, they went to Canada, Wyoming. I've been to Wyoming. My niece lives in Wyoming.
I've been to Wyoming as well.
Yeah, like it exists, but I have not been to Australia. So, Thor. Boy, my feet are killing me. They're Thor. Sorry. So now, of those 100,000 Irish that went to Canada,
God. Thor.
It's Daffy Duck saying, my favorite Avenger, Thor. God, this has been such a derailment. Oh my God. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's a dumb word. That's a dumb word.
PHTH.
Yeah, like let's not do that. No matter who you are, you can be the most brilliant person in the world.
You can't sound smart.
You're not sounding smart saying that. Nope. Einstein get up there and be like, hey, and the Thor.
So as I stated my theory of relativity, the Thor.
Excuse me, sir, you spit on me.
Everyone's in the audience just like, excuse me, can you repeat that, please? What was that again? I need to write it down.
That's not a real word. So now, of those 100,000 that went to Canada, it's estimated that 1 in 5
correct
passed away due to disease and malnutrition.
Yes.
Okay. 1 in 5.
1 in 5.
Right. Not good numbers. So the travel conditions weren't exactly it's not a cruise or anything. It was a cruise, but not a good one. And the ships were small, overcrowded, and had way too few provisions. They were known as coffin ships for, well, obvious reasons.
It's because people died on them.
That's the reason. Yep. They came in through the St. Lawrence Seaway, and immigrants flooded into Canada. Okay, and the 1851 census reported that more than half the inhabitants of Toronto were Irish.
More than half
Yeah.
the inhabitants of Toronto.
In 1851. And in 1847 alone, 38,000 Irish folks entered a city with fewer than 20,000 citizens. So they took that shit over.
Yeah, you know what? This is ours now.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Exactly.
Where's the whiskey?
Yep. Hey, I do like some Canadian whiskey too. They kill it up there.
Canadian Club, right?
Yeah, no. Actually, to be honest, I actually have to take that back. I'm not a huge fan of Canadian whiskey. I've had some good stuff, but like their most popular is Crown Royal.
I love Crown.
Do you?
Yes.
It's too sweet.
That's like that's
too
my
sweet.
go-to.
Too
I drink Crown Royal with RC Cola. So I call my Crown Royal Crown.
And it's all, both Canadian too, right?
No.
Isn't RC Canadian? No. Oh,
Not that I know of.
really?
They don't have a song to tell me, so I don't know.
RC, we're a Canadian brand.
Dude, the marketing writes itself.
Yeah, it's good. You guys can call us out there if you need marketing done for you, or at least
We're
slogans,
done.
jingles.
You know what? I am going to see if we can get sponsored by RC Cola.
I'd be down.
If anybody out there has an in,
With RC,
yes,
Royal Crown. Royal Crown Royal. All
I
right.
believe they're under the 7-Up banner, Dr. Pepper.
They
all
might
that.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might be.
So if you can,
Hook us up.
we're the High Life train has passed.
Yeah, that's gone.
So
It's
we
gone.
are now
So fuck you, High Life.
we're going for the
Yeah.
next best thing.
Even though I do have to say, and sorry for the extra derail here.
We haven't been doing that. This is the first one. Talk about it.
We went to a Guardians game, and
Ooh.
we took a bunch of people from customers of ours, and we like an appreciation thing. So we got a bus, and we went to the game, and everyone kind of brought their own stuff. Are they Canadian? Please tell me they're Canadian.
No, but the first line, RC Cola is an American brand.
There it is. There it is. Beautiful. So we're
It's founded by Claude A. Hatcher, by the way.
Oh, Mr. Hatcher. So we're on the bus, and all of a sudden I look down, and one of the guys, they have a 22-ounce big can of High Life.
Nice, a tall boy.
Yeah, like a big one. And I was like, dude, can I have that? Because I brought my own beer, and I was like, dude, I'll give you whatever you want. I was like, can I have, I would love that. So I'm drinking it, and everyone's like kind of like joking and making fun about High Life, the champagne of beers.
It's fucking phenomenal, dude.
I'm like, dude, this shit's awesome. Next thing you know, I've got like so many people drinking it that now we're doubling at the bar. We're tripling actually our sales of High Life because everyone tried it and they're like,
well, you should.
they're like, holy shit, this is so
It
good.
is the legitimately probably like the best cheap beer out there.
It's good. It's good.
Like PBR used to be a solid cheap beer, but it's not fucking cheap anymore because everyone drinks PBR now because it's like the cool beer to drink.
Yeah.
Fuck you, I'll take High Life.
Yeah. High Life's good. It's
Absolutely.
good. I like it. Anyway, back to this. So, Canadian.
Remind me later.
Okay.
I have a High Life story.
Oh, all right. Later.
You're gonna love it, dude.
Later, you have a High Life story.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'll forget, but thank you.
So Canadian cities such as Quebec City, Montreal,
It's
Ottawa.
Quebec.
Is it Quebec?
Quebec.
It looks like Quebec.
Looks like Quebec.
We'll just leave it at that. Yeah, whatever. Ottawa, Kingston, Hamilton, and St. John also received a ton of people from Ireland coming over.
A lot of good hockey in those areas.
I'll take your word on that one. The Irish started arriving in Montreal in large numbers around 1817, so there was already a decent population of Irish in Canada at the time of this big immigration, Montreal being one of the prime landing spots.
Right.
The problem didn't necessarily come with the number of people, but with the disease they brought with them.
Right. Coffin ships.
Right. So you see, there was a significant typhus outbreak among the Irish immigrants.
It's always typhus, dude.
Mm-hmm. Studies show that 3,579 more Irish people died of typhus once they had reached Montreal.
So almost 4,000 more people
From typhus.
from typhus.
Yes. During the summer of 1847, it is assumed that Montreal had more than 11,000 sick within the city borders. That is a significant amount of people, considering that what they have, like 38,000?
Yeah, something like that. That's a third. A third of the population was sick with typhus.
That is crazy. So the spread of disease can be directly correlated to many Irish living together in cramped and unsanitary conditions after arriving in the city. They didn't have any money.
Yeah.
They didn't have a means to do anything.
Right.
Griffintown was one of the areas that many Irish would come to call home. Up to 6,000 Irish immigrants were quarantined from typhus in the fever sheds, which sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. At Windmill Point across the canal from Griffintown, which is called Goose Village,
Yes.
apparently.
Yeah, I guess.
Right, and as we all know, that amount of pain, grief, and death can mean a few things for an area. Mainly, one of Moody's favorite things, ghosts.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like ghosts.
Mm-hmm. It is said that many of the old buildings that have been repurposed into condos and other more modern structures are continuously haunted by some of these famine and typhus casualties. Okay, and we've talked about numerous places like we've done like haunted, whatever.
Yeah.
It's usually because a shitload of people died there.
99% of the time we talk about it is tuberculosis, though.
I know I was going to say that earlier. Like, I'm surprised it's not.
It's usually tuberculosis.
Yeah, TB shows up all the damn time.
Yeah. The consumption.
Right. The consumption.
That's what they call it.
I know, but it's just a weird word. Anyway,
It's great.
It's not as bad. It's
The consumption.
whatever. That's stupid. So many of these dead were buried in mass graves along the canal, and people reported strange noises and feelings of dread in some areas around the channel. Many pictures have actually been taken that reportedly show shadows floating in the canal vicinity as well. Also, allegedly seen in the area is the ghost of forgotten Montreal Mayor John Mills.
Major mayor.
Major.
He was one major mayor,
He was
dude.
a major. No, that was just mayor.
Oh.
So John Mills.
Okay.
Mills organized measures to contain the epidemic and volunteered to tend to the sick, after which he contracted the disease.
Don't worry, guys. I got this.
Yeah, and died after less than a year in office.
And by me saying I got this, I meant typhus.
Yep. Yeah, that sucks. It sucks. It's so bad. So
You know what, though? That is a selfless act right there, dude. Because you have to know at that point that you're probably going to fucking
Did
get
you
it.
know, though? If you don't know if it's airborne in the 1840s?
I don't know. You had to have an idea.
I mean, think about we've done the bubonic plague, and we talked about that, where people just assumed shit.
It's when the Mongols started launching dead bodies over
Right.
walls and shit.
Exactly. Like, they didn't know. They just knew this person was dead, and if somebody's around this person before they died, then they're going to die. That's all they knew. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, we're like, this is modern-ish times, dude. Like, you think they had some idea, right?
This is right around the time of no. It's about 50 years later. I was thinking about like Jack the Ripper and stuff, but shortly after this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know why my brain went there.
Because you're weird.
Yeah. So since then, of course, they've seen people, or people have seen ghosts wandering the streets, possibly still trying to help with the typhus patients. With all that death,
Yeah,
plus
the mayor's still trying to help.
right, which I mean, he sounds like you said, he's a selfless
Sounds
guy.
like a good guy.
Yeah. With all the death, plus the disturbing amount of mass graves in the area, it's no wonder there are a ton of reports of ghostly activia. It's for irritable bowel. Is that what that is? Yeah. Grab your Activia, folks. No. That's for if you can't poop, right?
It's just for your stomach. It's like the good bacteria.
Oh, okay. So that's not what they're looking at. It's ghostly
There's
activity.
so much Activia in Canada, dude.
Ghostly Activia, by the way, which is a totally different thing.
You go to grab it out of the case, it's not really there.
Jesus Christ. Around Griffintown. So there's a lot of ghostly stuff happening, right?
There is.
All right.
There is.
So then,
At least that's what they say.
allegedly,
They.
supposedly,
Who is they, anyways? You know?
them.
Oh.
Yeah, those folks.
Okay. Gotcha.
So now we have an air disaster turned conspiracy theory involving a World War II plane crashing into the heart of Griffintown. And this is amazing, actually.
It's pretty nuts.
This is amazing. So on April 25th of 1944, a Royal Air Force Liberator, B Mark 6, en route to Britain via Gander, Newfoundland, crashed into the Griffintown little area there, little town of Griffintown. 15 people were killed, unfortunately.
Yes.
The 5-person crew and 10 people on the ground.
Correct.
That sucks.
it's definitely gonna
You know what I mean?
make your day a
like,
little
that
bit
sucks.
worse.
Like, you could literally just be like, man, I'm having the best day ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, There's
Horrible.
no warning. You're just like, plane looks a little low. Huh.
Hey, look, honey, it's an airplane. Yeah,
Kids are all stoked. They're like, whoa!
Yeah, look,
hey!"
it's still kind of. That's weird.
Wonder why he's aiming right for the ground.
And then at that point, what do? You got to
Well,
yeah, it's horrible. So the plane, newly constructed in the U.S., had just taken off from.
There's your problem.
The first problem, yeah. It had just taken off from Dorval Airport and was headed to Britain via Gander to join the war effort. Remember, this is World War II.
Sure.
The plane, whose pilot was thought to be trying to reach the river to avoid civilian casualties, crashed into three-story row houses at Shannon and Ottawa streets. Okay, so he's trying to like avoid this. He's trying to pull a Sully.
Supposedly.
Yeah, and he's like, and he can't get the damn thing to go over, and then all of a sudden,
And just hear me out, he was having a bad day and decided, y'all fuckers are coming with me.
like the Malaysia flight, dude.
Yeah.
There's if you guys haven't, we're gonna do that one of these days.
Okay.
We're gonna do that one.
Sure.
It was just covered by somebody else that I revere as a podcaster. And
Fuck those guys.
But
I
it's,
take that back. I don't know who you're talking
yeah,
about.
it's such a crazy story.
All right.
And there's so many just like speculations and shit. Anyway, it happens.
Yeah.
It does happen.
Sure.
So literally what you're saying could be the reality of it. Who knows? So, quote, a terrific explosion rent the air as the aircraft's heavy fuel load burst into flame. That was the Montreal Gazette reporting. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And then, quote, within a few moments, the entire block of dwellings was smoking inferno, which vomited from it huge chunks of flaming wreckage.
Dude, people used to write so much better back in the day.
Yeah, it's very like it gives you a sense of what's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like just listening to that, you're like, dude, that had to have been horrific.
smoking inferno, which vomited from it huge chunks of flaming wreckage.
Like that gives you the picture you need right there.
Yeah.
Like I'm picturing it right now, and I'm just like, whoa.
In my head, though, I'm picturing like one of the characters from like Thor or whatever, like actually vomiting flaming wreckage.
You would think that.
I know. I didn't
And
say I
it's
was
not
smart.
Thor, it's Thor.
Fuck. So, according to the Ministry of Defense study, the incident was caused by structural breakdown of the tail portion of the plane. Remember, it was made in the U.S. Part of the tail was seen detached by witnesses in the Sun Life building as it flew at a low altitude.
It's like, hey, see that? Look at the tail on that plane. It's just kind of flapping. That's not good, right? Why is it heading straight for those houses?
Being on the plane, and all you hear is.
You're like, I don't know why I can't get any air. You're flying by buildings. They're like, your tail's broken.
Hey, that guy's yelling at us. Why is he up this high? He's not.
I don't know we had buildings that big around here. We don't.
So the aircraft also narrowly missed a boys' school,
Thank God for that.
which would have been way worse.
Can you imagine that story?
Yeah, way worse. Yeah.
What would they have wrote about that in the newspaper?
It'd been bad. It'd been bad. Yeah. Like, yikes. So there's a conspiracy theory about this, and I love this.
You know I had to include
This is amazing. That some people have, put out into the ethos here. There's a mention of it in a few resources, but overall, we needed to help finding more information about it. As much as we know, and this is all alleged, the theory involves the thought that the plane was shot down because it contained precious, my precious. Anyway, precious jewelry and gold. Okay,
Correct.
why would they have that? Well,
John, why would an airplane flying from Canada to Great Britain have precious jewels and gold and head back to Great Britain during the war effort?
Well, this jewelry and gold were said to have been kept in Montreal by European nations to protect it during World War II.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Since there was little else to go on aside from the theory's basic premise here, we did a little digging to see if there was, in fact, gold and jewels from Europe stored in Montreal. Because if not, well, then the whole thing is just bullshit.
John,
Yeah.
were there jewels and gold from European countries stored in Montreal?
I'm glad you asked. Interestingly enough, Canada and Montreal did in fact hold on to gold for Britain and France. Okay, so here's the gist that's taken from an article from the National Post. Quote, "The year is 1940. And most of this part of the world, Western Europe, faces imminent conquest by Nazi Germany. The Nazis love gold. France and the UK have about 83 million ounces. At today's gold prices, that's about $146 billion US.
That's a little bit of money.
So on the eve of war, here's what they came up with. Take all the French and British gold and pile it into overloaded ships. Send those ships through waters teeming with icebergs and U-boats. Fill up the Bank of Canada, their vault there, and then put whatever's left in the basement of a building in Montreal. It's basically impossible to guard or insure this much money, so keep it private. And if anybody asks what's in the crates, you tell them it's fish." And it worked. Not one gold bar was lost in transit. Canada very kindly held on to it until the war was over, and these guys, the Mounties, got to spend World War II looking fabulous while standing guard outside a vault. It's pretty amazing. Did you know that before this?
I had no idea.
That's pretty
That's
crazy.
the kind of shit. That's the kind of shit like when Stillman's like, "Dude, you're not going to believe this little story I found out about World War II." Like, they never fucking mentioned that anywhere ever.
I've never heard that before at all, but it makes sense though. I mean,
yeah, it's a great idea.
not so much
I can't believe it fucking worked.
the what they
Basement
did
in Montreal.
to go through all this.
Yeah.
But I mean, because the Nazis used to take everything.
At
They
the
took
same
everything.
time, think about it. Like, no one's going to be like, "Oh, they're sending these ships through these iceberg infested waters. They must have a shitload of gold on them." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I guess. Kind of throw them off.
why would you take that chance, right?
Yeah. So there you go. You guys learned something.
It's a cool fucking story.
Yeah, it is.
So theoretically, it could be true, but it does say that not one bar was lost. They recovered all the gold after the war.
Yeah, they got it all.
So, but that isn't to say that somebody didn't think that there was gold and jewels on board and shot it down because of that. Just because it wasn't there doesn't mean someone didn't think it was there.
Just because it wasn't recovered by them.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, valid. But I mean, it could be. So let it be known, it goes on to say, if you ever need someone to hold on to something until things cool off, Canada is your man. That's exactly what it says.
I know.
That's
It was
so
a quote.
funny.
It was like from a news. I got out of a newspaper.
That is a quote.
I didn't put where that came from.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, did I? Okay.
National Post.
Okay, good.
Yeah, National
good.
Post.
Okay,
Yeah, for sure. Canada is your man.
Yes.
Yes. It's a country, first of all. It's not a man.
I mean, there could be a guy named Canada.
Canada man. He just walks around going,
That would be like the most be the nicest superhero ever. I'm sorry, I have to take you out now.
dude, everybody says that up there too. I thought it was just a thing,
No.
people making fun. No, they apologize constantly.
Yeah.
We were sitting at the bar when we were up there, and this person was sitting around just talking to us, and I think they may have worked at the hotel, but we're at the bar, and they're having a drink, so I'm assuming they were off the clock, but I don't know, Canada, you know what I mean? I don't know. And every time they'd make like a joke, like a crass joke, which I thought was funny,
Yeah.
they'd go, I'm sorry. And I'm like, don't be sorry. Like, what are you talking? Like, that was funny. You know what I
I'm
mean? Like,
laughing. It's funny.
Yeah,
Leave it
like,
let
I don't.
it go.
Yeah, exactly.
No need to apologize. Have some more poutine.
Right. I love poutine. Fuck.
Where'd you park your moose? Let's go. I kid.
So, given this
Love
story, you can make a few assumptions, and I do love Canada now.
Assumptions?
I mean, not that I didn't like them before.
Make a
I'm just
few
saying,
assumptions?
Assumptions. Given this story, but you can make some assumptions here, right? So
John,
first,
what assumptions could we make?
well, again, I'm glad you asked.
Oh.
First, the goods were returned, so most likely this was a tall tale that sounded fun, or everyone is hiding something. And the plane was shot down to try and get their hands on the gold. So an attempt, if you shall. Maybe they thought it was on that plane and brought it down.
What better way to cover it up than to tell everybody that they failed to get what they wanted?
Yeah, I mean,
You're not going to admit that you just lost like fucking $500 million in gold, right?
it's so wild. That is crazy.
Imagine like being like the president of France and having to go on like the radio or whatever and being like, so We're going to have to cut some funding to some things because we sort of lost $80 billion in gold.
By the way, just want to say,
we're going to have to sell all the art in the Louvre. Sorry.
Children are no longer allowed to go to school. Okay. Sorry. It is what it is.
You could still be a teacher, but we're not paying you.
It's called pro bono, people. Okay.
And don't expect all those potholes to get fixed anytime soon.
So at any rate, in the area of the crash, okay,
yes,
there are many reports of people seeing apparitions wandering around. A few people have reported seeing ghosts of the pilot and his crew in the area as well. With death in such a violent way, or you know what I'm saying, they kind of,
They certainly didn't go easy into the
Right.
good night, as they say.
It's not surprisingly that people would write about crazy things happening in the area. And we found an article here that said some pictures showed full body apparitions in the vicinity,
Yes.
but the images didn't load.
I couldn't get them to load. I was like pissed off, dude. I couldn't get, I don't know why. I had
It's the
internet,
ghost.
I
It's
had
the ghost.
Wi-Fi, everything was cool, and I'm like trying to find these fucking pictures, and they wouldn't load.
It's the ghost.
I looked at other places trying to find them, like I couldn't find them.
Well, it's the ghost. Just saying.
Or it's another conspiracy. There weren't really pictures in the first place.
Maybe it is. Yeah.
Just trying to sell newspapers.
So next up, we head to St. Anne's Church, which is no longer there.
Right. It's not.
Well, what's left of it?
Because it got demolished and they weren't allowed to rebuild it.
Right, because of industry.
Right.
The following information was taken from Haunted Montreal.
Great website, by
Yeah.
the way. If you guys are interested, because Montreal is a shit show for ghosts, apparently. So
Okay, so you guys go. I really want to know if we have any Montreal listeners
I'm sure we do.
and if they've ever seen any of these.
Everybody listens to us, don't they?
Yeah, but some Montreal listeners may not have seen anything. I mean, we have like millions.
Well, yeah. I mean,
You know what I mean? So just awkward silence. So, quote, the old church was bustling and witnessed countless baptisms, communions, marriages, funerals, and masses, not to mention the confessions of many of the sins that occurred in the Griff. Some nights, when all was quiet, a silent figure would slip up to the presbytery, seeking a priest to administer last rites for a family member. Okay, so a lot of things going on there. Family member? Is that what it was? Or quote, in quote, is that what it was? End quote. Sorry, I guess you have to say that. Yeah.
no, it was.
But I mean,
Never mind. It went over your head. It's fine.
like lasers? Is that what we're doing?
No, don't worry about it. Just keep going.
Damn it, you can't make a joke and
I'm
not
going
tell
to
me.
keep it to myself.
Damn it.
I'm going to laugh about it in my head.
So funerals were significant affairs in the Griff, and when someone died, their corpse was collected by Farron's Funeral Home for embalming before being returned to the home in a coffin for the traditional Irish wake. So I didn't realize that either. Back in the day, if someone were to, die, they would literally put them in a coffin and bring them to your house.
And they would fucking party the shit out of it, too.
But I mean, as it's sitting there,
Yeah.
in the living room,
Yeah. People were partying.
that's
how I want to go.
is it
No, I want a Viking funeral.
really?
Put me on a boat, send me out there, burn the shit out of
You
me.
better find someone with good arching skills.
Danny can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
she
can't
can do it.
I'm not doing it.
I mean, she'll be like old as fuck then too, probably. Well, no, I'll probably die next year, so it doesn't matter.
Jesus Christ. So the cramped quarters were decorated with black crepe paper, and often the coffin would have to be hauled up a flight of narrow stairs or through a window of the home. And the wake was a 3-day affair involving a party, like he was saying,
Yes.
between the living and the dead, with the corpse propped up in an open coffin surrounded by 6 candles. Mourners paid their respects by drinking copious amounts of, you guessed it, alcohol, playing music and singing and partying as they paid their last respects.
That's the fucking way to go, dude. Come on.
Why did that change? Like, why are funerals so, like, drab and boring now? I mean, I get it, somebody died, but
people don't fucking just do things the right way anymore.
this is my favorite part, though.
You should
of
be
this.
celebrating their life, not
Correct.
fucking not crying about their demise.
Correct. This is my favorite part, though. Taking the corpse out of the coffin for a final dance around the room was not uncommon.
Yeah, dude, fucking. Weekend of Bernie's that shit. Take him out for a night on the town.
That's what I want. I want that for sure. I want everyone to just
that's
dance
gonna
with
be
me.
my will. If I can't get the Viking funeral, I'll be like, just take me out for a night in the town one
Yep.
last time.
I want them to string me up like Weekend at Bernie's.
waving and shit.
Yeah, just take me out there. Sunglasses.
on.
Yep, that's what I want. I want that. I'm going to put that in my will. I am.
Oh, man.
So now often guests drank too much alcohol, shocker,
No.
and passed out at the wake. A favorite prank, and this is super fucked up. This is so fucked up.
I was dying when I heard this, by the way.
A favorite prank in the Griff was to remove the corpse from the coffin and replace it with a sleeping guest whose face was painted with black boot polish. When the person awoke in the coffin, they were often scared shitless, thinking they had contracted typhus and died. What the fuck?
You're just going to fucking party, dude. You wake up in a coffin. You're like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, and you got black all over your face, like, oh my God.
Dude.
In one such incident, a man who awoke in the coffin was so frightened that he had to be taken away in an ambulance.
And ended up right back in the coffin.
That is so fucked up, but hilarious at the same time.
Come on, dude. You know we would do that.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Yeah. If that was still a thing, it should be a thing.
I agree.
We got to bring it back.
Sure.
Yeah. So by 1970, the population of Griffintown had mainly disappeared, as we mentioned earlier. St. Anne's Church had virtually no more parishioners, so it was demolished and made into a park. Nestled in booming Griffintown is a beautiful park that doubles as an old reminder of when the condo-choked neighborhood was once Canada's most infamous Irish shantytown. St. Anne's Park contains the ruins of a church that bore the same name. So it's St. Anne's Park. That's kind of cool.
Right.
At least they did
And
that.
there's basically like there's parts of like, I was looking at the pictures of it. There's parts of like the foundation and stuff still there. Like you can see where the old church was.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But then they got, I know it's coming up in there, but then they got creepy and put park benches in there in the same exact spots where the pews were.
Yeah. That's That's weird. That's weird.
Yeah.
So once the bustling hub of the Griffintown community, the beloved church was demolished in 1970 with pretty much no one giving a shit as part of an urban renewal project, as we mentioned earlier. Since then, the area has seen numerous paranormal activities, and many new condo owners are convinced the park is, you got it, haunted.
Yay.
According to some new residents, these mysterious ruins sometimes produce paranormal activity. New residents often claim to hear solemn church bells tolling. Okay.
That's creepy.
Yeah. Even though the church no longer stands there. And in another strange incident, on one foggy October night in 2011, a prospective condo buyer was visiting the neighborhood and claimed to have witnessed a ghostly funeral procession on the site of the ruins.
That's awesome.
That'd be pretty sweet, to be honest. I'd be like,
yeah, it'd be great.
But what do you do? Do you just sit there and just go,
the fucking procession?
Is it like a New Orleans procession?
Oh, it's not.
Where they're like, da,
No, dude, that shit's awesome though.
It is awesome. That's pretty awesome. I don't know. I'd kind of at least watch.
I don't know. I mean, you got to assume that they were probably Irish. So they were probably hooting and hollering, whooping it up, getting ready to party.
And he just sat there like a bump on a log and
eating popcorn, watching a fucking movie. Like,
where'd he get the popcorn?
Oh, this is good.
So he really liked a unit in the Carré de la Montagne.
You liked a unit, eh?
Yeah, he liked it. In the condo building and was walking down De La Montagne Street back to his car when he suddenly noticed movement through the fog behind some trees in the park. Peering through the gloom, he could make out 6 ghostly mourners surrounding a coffin in the area where the church's altar used to be. A phantom priest, this is fucked up, a phantom priest appeared to bless the coffin, at which point several altar boys materialized. Even in the afterlife, priests love their altar boys. Gross.
Did I write that?
Nope.
Okay, you put that in. All right, good.
Still gross. Yeah, right over there.
Yeah, I'm good.
So even though the visitor could not hear anything, it seemed to him that the boys were singing. Okay, so it looks like they're singing and he can't hear shit.
So we're doing something.
At that point, are you freaking out because like you just lost your hearing or what?
I know
what I mean?
right?
So when the song ended, the mourners picked up the coffin and the priest led the procession toward the exit. Just as they were about to reach the street, the entire group disappeared into the fog.
That is fucking weird.
Yeah. This dude loved this entire interaction so much that he bought the entire building. Okay, no, actually, he decided not to at all. Like, he left. Pussy.
I'd have bought the building.
Yeah, he should have. Again, that info was taken, for the most part, from an article on hauntedmontreal.com by historian Donovan King.
I like the way that guy writes.
Yeah, he's good.
He's got some really, really cool articles in there. And if anybody, like, seriously, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, Montreal is like a fucking ridiculous hotbed. Like, I want to do an episode on actual Montreal, not just Griffintown.
Let's do it.
Because there is so much crazy shit. Like, Montreal's got to be like the ghost capital of Canada. It's nuts.
Let's do it.
Fucking nuts.
Let's do it. And let's go there.
I would love that, dude.
Where's Montreal? Is Montreal west?
No, it's east.
It's east.
Yes.
Is it like Nova Scotia area?
I don't know how east it is.
Oh, shut up. Stop. What?
She might know.
Hey Siri. Where is Montreal in Canada? Hold on, I'm waiting.
It's like, fuck off.
It just gave me a map. Like, were you talking to me for 5 seconds ago and then give me a map? Fuck off. All right, so fun side note here. As Moody was saying earlier, the park benches are actually set up in the same spots and configuration as the original church pews. And that's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. So
if you look at the pictures of it, it's fucking weird, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah,
that's odd.
Like, that's one of those things, like, you go there, you're like, oh, nice little...
So next up, it's everyone's favorite, a fucking tunnel. Mm-hmm. And if you're an old-time listener, you know that...
What's the difference between a tunnel and a fucking tunnel?
Well, a regular tunnel is still a virgin. No?
Oddly enough, Montreal is above Vermont.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't far from... Yeah, okay.
I take that back. It's actually above... no, it is. It's like... It's above, like, the border of New York and Vermont.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. Right.
Oh, yeah. It's like right across the border.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now we know.
Hey.
So now let's talk about some tunnels here, right? Or a creepy tunnel. The Wellington Tunnel was constructed in 1932 because the swing bridge from 1893 could no longer handle the heavy increase in now motorized car traffic. Cue the old-timey music. No? Okay. So the tunnel had 4 passages. 2 for cars, 1 for the streetcar, and 1 for people walking.
The peeps.
Right.
Gotta have one for the peeps.
Sometimes the tunnel would flood, or people would dump garbage, causing dangerous situations within the tunnel. Locals always complained about the smell and fumes from the tunnels and strange noises as they passed through.
My bad.
In 1994, a major structural issue was found, and the tunnel was shut down for good.
Oh, boo. What are we going to do with the tunnel then?
Well, with the southern entrance actually was caved in and buried.
Oh.
Yeah. There is still access.
There's your structural issue.
So there's still access to the tunnel on the north side.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now today,
the north side.
Yeah. Homeless people kind of use it as a shelter.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Where else are you going to go?
Mm-hmm. Artists put on secret art shows.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And people even throw underground raves in there.
Nice.
Yeah. But even still, the rumors persist that the tunnel is haunted. Firstly, there are reports of growling noises that emanate from within the tunnel's darkness.
Okay.
According to one man contemplating sleeping in the tunnel, he heard what sounded like a large animal growling menacingly at him, so he said, fuck that, and left. I
probably would have done the same thing.
You're like, it looks like a good spot. I'm going to go this way.
You know what spot looked better? That park bench that was shaped of a church pew. That looks even better.
I'm sleeping on that one for sure. In another instance, another new condo owner walking her poodle accidentally discovered the tunnel's entrance.
Oh.
How do you accidentally?
I mean, if you didn't know it was there and then you came across it, you accidentally discovered it.
I guess. Curiously, she and her dog approached the bars that sealed the tunnel to kind of peek inside.
Oh, okay.
Her poodle appeared suddenly nervous. They're poodles, that's what they do. And began to whine. They then heard an animalistic growling noise from within the tunnel, prompting her tiny dog to go apeshit. And keep in mind, it is a fucking poodle.
So did it go poodle shit, not ape shit?
It would poodle shit for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then started howling. Okay. Now,
the poodle?
The poodle started howling, yeah, because of whatever was happening in there. So disturbed, she dragged her upset poodle away, vowing never to go back. Whether the growling noise is caused by paranormal activity or some creature who has taken up residence in the tunnel, not real sure.
A paranormal creature, perhaps.
Ooh. Hold on. It always sounds like a kick drum in the beginning of that. Listen. Yeah. So secondly, a former resident of Griffintown who used to live across the street from the Wellington Tunnel reports the ghost of a man whose nickname was Bucket of Blood when he was alive.
He sounds like a pleasant guy.
He sounds fun. You know,
it's actually quite innocuous, though. It's not a bad.
Yeah, it's not. It's
not
weird.
what you think.
Yeah. She recalls him traversing the tunnel from Point St. Charles to the Griff every evening after his shift at a slaughterhouse, always carrying a bucket of pig's blood for his wife to make blood pudding.
Yay!
It's not like he had, you know.
I prefer chocolate.
Somebody. Did you know that the term "the proof is in the pudding" actually comes from blood sausage, blood pudding or whatever, where they take the blood and they actually make the sausage out of it?
Yeah.
They used to call it, well, they still do, pudding.
Yeah.
And so they would say, is it good? Well, the proof is in the pudding. Oh, that's where that actually came from. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
It's good.
So despite his retirement and eventual death, his spirit continued to haunt the tunnel and was witnessed on many occasions, still carrying a bucket of blood. Thirdly, the phantom of a nervous young boy wearing a black suit with his pants cut off at the knee has been spotted several times in the vicinity, just sitting around like, Reports.
I hope they don't see me. I hope they don't see me. I hope they don't see me.
Reports have placed him inside the abandoned Wellington Tunnel, on the canal shores, and on the swing bridge in an island in the middle of the waters. The ghostly boy appears anxious about something, as though he's something on the wing. This is like he's late or in a hurry for something.
Oh, okay.
So usually when he is spotted, he runs away and disappears into thin air moments later. Yes, he's a shy ghost.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It's like one of those ghosts in the Shy Guys in Mario.
Yeah,
they'll come at you, but as soon as you turn around and look at them, they're like, "Oh."
Are they called Shy Guys?
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
So the ghost of the little boy wearing a suit seems out of place and out of time amongst the abandoned industrial infrastructure. However, back in the old days, when the Griff was Canada's most notorious shantytown,
the
Griff. Yeah, it's pretty tough. It was not uncommon to see children wearing suits. Formal wear was practically a requirement for church-going and religious functions when Griffintown was booming and locals worshipped at the now demolished St. Anne's Church. So you got to put on your Sunday best.
Absolutely, Sunday best.
Yeah. So research has indicated that around 9 p.m. on the evening of Tuesday, September 17th of 1908, a little boy was attempting to cross the Lachine Canal from the south side by using the swing bridge. He was wearing a black suit with knee-high pants. The bridge was designed to swing 90 degrees to allow canal boats through, meaning cars and pedestrians had to wait for a ship to pass before the bridge turned back into place. And we've seen those bridges where they rotate. And if you haven't...
I got one of those downtown still in Cleveland. It might not be used anymore.
Is that a rotating one or does it raise?
There's a couple. There's different ones. I think they have a rotating one. I know they got like 2 or 3 that are up like raised, but I think I could be wrong. I thought they still had one though.
It's possible. So when the boy arrived on the south side, the bridge began to swing to allow a boat to pass. Mm-hmm. He jumped on the bridge to catch a ride across the canal. He's a young kid. He's like, I got this. I'm not going to wait.
Apparently a lot of people did that at the time.
So the bridge keeper, the guy running the thing, he didn't see anything. And as many pedestrians in a hurry would hop on the bridge, like you said, as it began swinging to save time. Okay, you don't want to sit and wait. They had to wait in the middle as a ship passed, and once it was through, the bridge started turning back into its regular position, connecting both sides of Wellington Street, right? I'm not going to sit here and wait. Jump on this motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm already halfway across.
Right. Unfortunately, the boy attempted to jump off the Griffintown side before the bridge fully swung into place. Instead of landing on the street, he fell between the abutment and the bridge and was crushed to death before the bridge keeper could even stop it. So he was... so that's probably the boy that people say they see. Dressed in a Sunday best.
Sense.
Dressed in a Sunday best, yeah.
It makes sense. It's it all lines up. Young boy, short pants.
Mm-hmm. Short pants. Why don't we call them short pants anymore?
Because people are stupid.
Just shorts.
Short pants. Because they have to shorten everything because people are lazy. They can't even say short pants. They got to say shorts.
Right. It's like, do you wear longs? To wear long johns.
I do not.
Really?
No.
I used to love my long johns.
I hated them.
I'm a hillbilly. So
Yeah, I mean, that was probably your Sunday best. Break out the long johns, Paul. It's church time.
We going to church? Hoo-wee! The stories of the tunnel hauntings were again taken from hauntedmontreal.com. And this brings us to our last and most famous of the Griffintown ghosts.
Yes.
Mary Gallagher was a prostitute that met a grisly fate from an unexpected source.
This is a pretty good story, by the way.
Sometime between 6 and 7 a.m. on June 27th of 1879, Mary Gallagher and a companion, Michael Flanagan, arrived at the home of Susan Kennedy, and that she shared with her husband. Okay, Jacob Mears, if you will.
Oh, okay.
Okay, or sometimes spelled Myers. So it could be Myers.
Yeah, I don't understand that. A lot of times when you look at like the old stuff like that, like their names, because I know a lot of people change names and shorten them and whatever when they came from wherever they're from. But like something like that is like silly to me.
But you know that most of those discrepancies happen because of people's handwriting, because
that's true too.
They didn't know how to really write.
People didn't know how to write very well.
And so when you come into like the port in New York, you'd come in and you'd like try to write your name, and they go look at it and go, okay, like Sayer, okay. For all I know, that could have been Sawyer back in the day, and somebody was just like, illegibly writing.
Sewer.
Yeah,
sewer.
That explains a lot of problems. Moving on. So this they lived at 242 William Street at the corner of Murray. Okay, Kennedy said the two had been drinking but didn't appear drunk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, Mary would frequently visit the Myers or Mears home. This time, however, Jacob was reportedly pretty pissed off that she came calling with a gentleman friend. Ooh, scandalous. Ooh, how dare you? Your skirt is not long enough, young lady.
She was a prostitute. What did she expect?
Yeah, that's true. So Jason left the house and left Mary and Michael with Susan. Susan then stepped out to get a bottle of whiskey. But of course she did. Before long, Kennedy returned, with a bottle. The three went through most of it, and Flanagan, feeling woozy, went into the front of the room to lie down. Okay, you know how it is.
Sure.
You're drinking a little bit too much. You're like, all right, guys, I'm done. I've had enough.
Yeah.
You're starting to see double, triple, quadruple, whatever it is. You go lay down.
Yeah.
So Kennedy went in after him, where Flanagan told the coroner's inquiry. They talked for about 15 minutes until they were interrupted by the husband, Mears. Okay, he comes in. Hey, what the fuck? So, quote, "Oh, you were in a room with a man," he yelled at his wife, per Flanagan. Quote, "Shut your mouth. I'm only talking to him," she barked.
Oh, you're in a room with a guy, huh?
Okay. So this is how it is now, huh?
Because that's what you would yell. Oh, I see. You're in a room with a guy, are you?
Yeah. So she yelled, "I'm only talking to him." He said he would not be in the house where whiskey is being drunk, and stormed off again. He said, "I'm not going to do this." You and your whiskey drinking ass.
What a prude.
Right. So the Montreal Weekly witness described the happy couple this way. Mears was, quote, an inoffensive man who was rarely, if ever, under the influence of liquor. Okay. And would, quote, be rather handsome if behind his face, behind, I guess, his intelligence shone instead of stupidity. So again, I'm going to say that. An inoffensive man who was rarely, if ever, under the influence of liquor, and would be rather handsome if behind his face, intelligence shone instead of stupidity. So in other words, he's not a bad-looking dude.
If he wasn't a complete moron.
But he's fucking dumb.
Good looking and stupid. That's like us.
The way
dude.
they used to write
like
back
us.
then, dude. Shit, yeah, that is us. That is
We're
us.
good looking.
Yeah. So his wife, however, is a, quote, tall, powerfully built woman, and when under the influence of liquor, talks in a silly manner, and some believe her to be insane. Sounds like a normal.
He was a totally battered husband.
Yeah, oh yeah,
She
for
kicked
sure.
the shit out of him.
She is, quote, evidently regarded with terror. So she's not a nice person when she gets drinking. Okay.
She's one crazy broad, man.
In the neighborhood, this is what they say in the neighborhood as well, and to the police, they also say the same thing. So, quote, several policemen stated she was a most difficult character to arrest. So she would like fight the cops and shit too.
That's fucking awesome.
This is so amazing. Regarding her looks, quote, her countenance, although now defaced with drink, has from appearance not been altogether devoid of beauty. At the time of the murder, Kennedy was in her mid-20s.
That is the nicest way of calling somebody ugly I've ever heard of.
An ugly drunk.
At one point, her face didn't look that bad.
Yeah.
That's essentially what they said.
And she's in her mid-20s. She's looking rough.
Well, I was like middle-aged back then.
Yeah, that's true. The trio finished off their whiskey, and Flanagan went and passed out. He claims the last conversation he heard was friendly, with no problems between anybody. Like, everything was good.
Yeah, everyone's cool.
All right. At this point, things get a little convoluted. Flanagan claims to have woken up around 2 a.m. He asked Kennedy for a glass of water, which she got for him. Okay, here's your water, bud.
That's nice.
Yeah. He then asked
Don't
that they
throw
should...
up on my floor.
But he wakes up after passing out, wakes up and asks for water, and then asked if they should go get some more beer. Partiers.
So we doing this or what? Like, what the,
like, I'm up now, dude.
I'm awake now.
I'm up.
Man.
Let's go. So they argued about money for some reason, and Flanagan got up to leave. Now, he claims on his way out, he saw Gallagher lying on the floor on her stomach, but saw no blood on either her or Kennedy. And he claims at this point that he just walked out of the door and going to get some more booze. Yeah, going to get some more booze.
So he saw her,
Mm-hmm.
but she was basically just looked like she was passed out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So now Kennedy tells a different story altogether. She claims that after Flanagan entered the bedroom to pass out, she walked in after him and fell asleep next to him. Okay. Then she claims she heard Gallagher invite another man into the home.
Oh.
She says the two drank some
really?
more. After falling back asleep, she woke up and listened to the two arguing. Quote, he called her an old gray-haired rot. I want to start using that.
Dude, just like...
I don't want to start using that. I have to start using that.
Insults were so much better back then.
You gray-haired rot.
Like, we're just like, you're a fucking idiot, bro.
Rot.
And they're like, you're a thief.
Thief.
You gray-haired thief.
You thief. Bloody cunt.
You a gray-haired rot.
A rot. He said she took him to a hotel one night to sleep.
Hey.
And that he had thought her a much younger woman. I don't even know where to take
I
from
thought
that.
she was young. We got in the light. Not so young.
Yeah. She looks rough. What is that? From 40 Hours Away, she looks like a how's that joke go? Damn it, I'll remember it.
Okay. All right.
No, from 40 Hours Away, she looks beautiful. From up close, she looks like something that needs to be seen from 40 yards away. That's what it is. It's an old joke.
Yeah, it's good from afar, far from good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Kennedy told the coroner's inquiry, okay, all that stuff that, he thought or she thought they were younger or whatever.
Okay.
So although initially believed to be around 60, Gallagher's estranged husband was in fact only 38. These are some hard boozing motherfuckers, man.
Holy shit.
That is hard boozing.
That goes to show you what life was like back then, man.
So Kennedy then claims that she fell back asleep, and when she woke up, the man was gone. And Gallagher was dead.
Oh, I thought you were going to say making food in the kitchen or something.
No, he was dead. Yeah.
Gallagher's a girl.
Her, sorry, yeah. She was dead.
Come on, get your shit straight.
Sorry. Quote, when I saw her, I got such a fright, then I fell upon the floor.
Oh, no.
This is what she said. She was lying on her breast. Her body was next to the door with the feet pointing to the street. Her head was in the tub. Also, one of her hands. Okay. I am not sure, but that this hand was on the floor. I went to call the police, but I was too weak.
Was just her head in the tub? Is that what they're saying?
She says, okay, her body was, let's figure this out here. Her body was next to the door with the feet pointing to the street.
Okay.
Her head was in the tub. Also, one of her hands. So her hand and her head was in the tub.
Interesting.
Was she crawling away from someone? Or maybe she was trying, getting sick?
Suicide.
By tub? I mean, it happens, I guess. I don't know. So I went to call the police, but I was too weak. And she added that Flanagan saw the body after he'd woken up and ran off.
So she's saying he left because of that, and he was saying that he left because she was a cunt and he wanted more beer.
Right.
Okay.
Remember, he woke up, asked for water, said, let's go get some
about
more beer.
They fought about money.
Right.
And then
See that?
And he rolled out.
And remember that part. So
Okay.
typical, the old quote, he says, she says, murder case, right? Mm-hmm. At that
Sounds
point,
like it.
Kennedy's husband came home, saw the carnage, and took off to get the cops.
Whoa.
Yeah. Remember, he's also little Mr. Goody Two-Shoes. So when the police arrived, Kennedy was covered in blood.
Oh.
Now, she claims she was innocent and was trying to clean up the blood and slipped and fell in it.
Of course.
You know, it happens. Who amongst us has never tried to clean up a dead body and slipped and fell in it?
It happened to me last week.
That's what I'm saying.
Last week, dude.
We've all been there. Okay.
I mean,
yeah, we've all been there. So she also claimed that Flanagan was innocent.
Oh.
So she was looking out for at least that dude. You know,
Yeah.
Maybe there's a little tryst going on with those two. She did follow him in there.
He was hung. Big dick.
Ooh, nice. Good for him. According to a policeman quoted in the Weekly Witness, Kennedy told them that, quote, a man came into the house Friday morning and gave her, Kennedy, some money, which, arousing the jealousy of the deceased, the latter and the man had a quarrel and the man killed her. She said she saw the man wash the blood from his hands and clear out. Before going, he warned her not to tell the police. She did not know the man's name and was glad he had escaped because he was a good-looking fellow.
Look, I know that he just killed this bitch in my house, but god damn was he good.
I was going to fuck that guy. Okay.
You guys, I'm not telling you who he was because I plan on getting somebody.
Yeah, like I was going straight fucking fuck that guy. That's what that sounds like.
Jesus, dude.
So a reporter from the Weekly Witness wrote the following, quote, the headless trunk lay prostitute on the breast.
There's not one part of that sentence I didn't like.
It's because I read it wrong. Hold on. Quote, the headless trunk lay prostrate on the breast.
Oh, now I don't like it so much.
Prostrate, okay. The jags in the neck showed that a score, at least, of blows had been struck by some clumsy hand before the head had left the body. They decapitated him?
It was in the fucking, the head was in the tub, remember?
I didn't even put two and two together in there. Holy shit.
What, do you think she was like leaning over, throwing up?
Yeah. That's why I said, like, maybe she was getting sick or whatever. Fuck. Ooh. The maimed arm. Oh, that's why the arm was in there.
Was in the tub.
Oh, with the arm. The maimed arm lay underneath the body while the legs were extended in a perfectly natural position. A thin cotton dress was apparently little underclothing. With apparently little underclothing were on her. In a large bucket or wash tub nearby were the ghastly head and severed right hand. The gray hair could hardly be distinguished owing to the clots of blood on it, while several gashes across the forehead would indicate that she had received the first blow to the head. The blood had evidently been washed up. Somebody, that is like some fucking vengeful shit.
Yeah, that's definitely an anger issue thing.
Yeah.
Right there. Like that is a personal, that's a personal killing right there.
That's rough. So eventually, Kennedy and Flanagan were put on trial for murder. Kennedy, well, was found guilty.
Oh.
And there was some pretty solid evidence against her.
Okay.
One witness said that the two women argued between 11:30 and 12:30 p.m. while Flanagan was passed out. Remember Flanagan? He's the first one to go in there.
He passed out.
He's the guy who wanted water. He wanted some beer.
Oddly enough, he's Irish and can't handle his whiskey.
That's weird. Yeah.
That.
What?
It was him.
Oh. Why?
Nobody in their right mind will believe he was the one that passed out after drinking whiskey.
Oh. I like that. So the witness said Kennedy had been standing by the window, quote, insulting passersby. Oi!
You bitch!
You! Your shoes are stupid and your face is ugly.
I know, I'm sorry. I just bought him, though.
Go hug your dad. I'm sorry.
He's dead.
When Gallagher tried to pull her away from the window, Kennedy said, quote, if you don't leave me alone, I'll split your head open with an axe.
I mean, that's, yeah.
Now, the neighbors downstairs claim that...
Downstairs neighbors.
Yeah, she heard a loud thump followed by chopping like noises and heard Kennedy say something like, quote, I've wanted revenge for a long time and now I have it. Okay, let's just dissect that for a second.
Yeah.
You're downstairs.
Yeah.
You hear... I've wanted revenge for a long time and now I have it. I don't think that's how that works. I don't think so. Do you think that's how that works?
I mean, it could be. I don't know. I've never fucking decapitated anybody before.
Yet.
That you know of.
I don't know. It just seems weird. So Kennedy was found guilty and sentenced to hang on December the 5th. She would not end up hanging that day as her sentence was commuted.
Oh, you know what? Good for her.
And she ended up serving 16 years before being let the fuck go. Okay? No one knows.
She went from about to be hanged to
16 years.
Give her 16 years.
Yep. Well, probably because none of the freaking... I'm going to assume that eventually they kind of realized, all right, the evidence the evidence we has...
Damn evidence we has is maybe not so good.
Your Honor, the evidence we has is not good. So maybe they just found that maybe the evidence wasn't substantial, for that,
Or maybe they just didn't fucking care anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
It is Canada. They don't really do that kind of shit.
She's also, in her 20s and looked like she's fucking 80.
That's true. Maybe they thought she was old. They're like, wow, she's
not going to live 60.
We should probably just let her out, man. And she's just sitting there just like, yes. Let's do that.
So now
I am 92.
Yes, I am 92.
She was like 28.
Yeah. So no one knows what happened to her after that. Now,
that's frightening.
In an ironic twist here, Flanagan died on the day Kennedy was supposed to hang.
Yeah. Okay.
He was working on a boat and lost his footing. He fell into the water and became trapped under the ice, and he drowned.
I wonder if that's why Metallica wrote that song, "Trapped Under Ice." Was it about Flanagan?
That's exactly what
also,
it's about.
Flanagan spelled his name Phthannagan.
Flanagan. Flanagan. Fuck that word. Damn it. So now Mary Gallagher, the woman who was chopped to pieces here, was buried in a pauper's grave. Okay, she was poor, so they just kind of put her wherever.
Is that a Cannibal Corpse song?
What's that?
Oh, I think that's Hacked to Pieces.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, Hacked to Pieces is
a Cannibal Corpse song.
So it did not take long before locals began swearing that they saw Mary Gallagher's ghost wandering around the intersection of William and Murray, looking for her head.
The intersection of Bill Murray?
Oh my God, yeah, it's William and Murray. It's fucking Bill Murray. That gets that for sure.
Yes.
Holy shit! Actually, that gets that one. That's
the intersection
amazing.
of Bill Murray.
Looking for her head. So everyone in the tightly knit neighborhood knew the story of the murdered prostitute, and Irish parents would use the story to threaten their children, saying things like, quote, "Eat your cabbage or Mary Gallagher will come get you."
Over some cabbage. Be like, no.
No, I don't like it. So eventually a tradition arose that Mary would appear every 7 years on the night of her murder, headless. Children...
Sure.
Say what?
Sure.
I mean, why not? Children were also taught to pass that intersection on the opposite side of the street for fear of Mary getting them.
Gonna get you.
So when you're walking down Bill Murray, you got to pass the opposite side. Yeah.
You cross, yeah.
So one Griffintown Irishman, Dennis Delaney, related a story that one night in 1956, he was walking down the street and this apparition appeared and pointed to a tree. So he went to the tree and pulled out this necklace, and when he turned around, the ghost was gone. And he knew immediately that it was Mary Gallagher's necklace. Locals said that the Dennis did drink a lot, though. So, just saying.
In case you were wondering. What kind of guy we were.
Fucking amazing.
He tells that story all the time. Pretty sure it's fucking hammered, though. He drinks a lot.
Oh, it's so good. So Mary's story persists today, as many have, people have come and gone.
Yeah.
Quote, Mary's story has survived because you could still stand on the corner of where the murder took place.
Yeah.
Says author and musician Gern Vichik. No, that's an L, dude. Vlchek. How the fuck do you pronounce that?
What?
Vlchek.
It's like Vlasic, like pickles.
Vlchik.
Well, it's probably a Czech. It's probably that's what you. So it's probably like Vlelchek.
But is the V a W though? Like Wilchik?
Maybe.
Ah.
What's his first name?
Gern. 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 Like germ, but with an N. So maybe it's Jern. Jern Woolchick. It's got to be Woolchick, right? Yeah, W, because the V's are W.
Gurn.
Yeah. I didn't name him. Gurn.
They like ask the mom, like, oh, what's his name? And she just had like a seizure. She's like, Gurn.
Gurn.
And they were like, oh, what a lovely name.
What's his name? And she's like, Gurn.
How do you spell that? G-E-R.
I don't care. You spell it. It says, but they say that they don't know how much longer that it will actually, be going on. The story of Mary.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the area is being developed and changed, and the corner of Bill Murray won't be there anymore.
Correct. And we got to keep that going. So if you live in that area in Montreal, like let's make that stay around here.
You guys need to get Bill Murray up there.
Yeah, that'd be
and dedicate the intersection to Bill Murray.
With a headless woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So Griffintown, or the Griff, if you will. She's going to be there. He says, quote, was a very historically present place. The history up until about 8 years ago would slap you in the face. It was there. You didn't, but you could almost expect to see the blood of Mary Gallagher on a sidewalk 100 years later, Wait, what?
He's saying you didn't see it, but you could, think about, you know what I'm saying? You could imagine seeing it.
You didn't see aliens, but you could imagine seeing them.
Right, because read the sentence again. But just after you say you didn't, just add see blood, but, you know what I'm saying?
I get it, but then why even say that statement?
It's just a shortened way of saying it. You didn't, but you could think about seeing it. It's just a way, dude. It's just a way of writing a sentence.
All right, man. All right.
There's all the parts of a sentence in there. That's all you need.
Seems
dude.
like a waste of.
There's some words and
talking.
some stuff. There's a noun in there somewhere.
A couple verbs, like whatever. A couple gurns.
Adjectives.
A couple vlichiks. So people still get a kick out of going down and seeing if she'll appear every 7 years, with plenty claiming to have seen her headless apparition. Facts and quotes about the Mary Gallagher case here.
They drink a lot, though, so
they all see her. They were taken from a Vice article, and again from the Canadian Encyclopedia, and yes, various Canadian sources, including newspapers, archives, double-checked.
I did
by the Vice article posts.
I did because I was reading a Vice article. I took it. I was taking it with a grain of salt, and then actually, I did my due diligence and double-checked. And it was a solid article.
Triple, double-checked.
It was a solid article.
So those passengers are the ghosts of Griffintown. Such a small neighborhood experiencing so much tragedy. It's hard.
Fucked up, dude.
Yeah, it's hard not to believe that if ghosts exist, that they would definitely be there. I mean, all that death and all those things. And the thing about Mary Gallagher is crazy.
All the typhus.
Another amusing anecdote that happened to be Griffintown adjacent was the story of Simon McTavish's ghost.
I put this in here because I feel like if I was a ghost, this is what I would do.
Well, you see, Simon McTavish was a Montreal fur baron whose vengeful ghost is said to haunt
not
Mount
that part. That's not me.
What?
I wouldn't be a fur baron.
Why not?
It's too much work.
Oh, well. So he said to haunt Mount Royal in a sled and exact deadly revenge on those who dared disturb his castle.
Oh.
Yes, a ghost in a toboggan.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you scared, passengers?
Yeah. See?
Simon McTavish's mausoleum sits in a quiet, wooded section of Mount Royal just below the main path. Olmsted Road, which is weird.
Yeah.
And north of Peel Street. Once an imposing structure topped by a 6-story high stone column, the city destroyed it and covered it in rubble in the 1870s to deter grave robbers and quell recurrent tales of ghosts that were terrorizing the mountain.
Look, if you tear down a man's mausoleum, you can goddamn well bet that there's going to be a ghost.
So, but I think it's funny that they were like the city in itself, or the people who were running the city were like, listen, it's too much. It's too much. Can we just fucking just tear this thing over? Like, come on. Like, let's just destroy it. Right? No one will remember, right? Yeah, let's get rid of it. You must have had a shit ton of like sightings though at that point.
You would think.
Yeah. So for 140 years, it worked, says Donovan King. It's that same guy from earlier.
Same guy from before, yeah.
The amateur historian writing a book about McTavish and hosting haunted city tours through Montreal ghosts.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So go tell him we said hi.
Good for him, man.
So, quote, there was no more grave robbing, and the memory of his ghost faded from the public consciousness until now, as we try to resurrect the story. Archaeologists are digging, and although it's been dormant for 140 years, people are becoming more interested. Donovan referred to the 2010 year there when they decided to dig out the rubble and actually excavate McTavish's tomb.
Right.
The Fur Baron.
Yes.
Quote, as you know from horror movies and ghost stories, the moment you crack open the tomb, there's a chance of the ghost re-emerging.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we've talked about numerous occasions when that shit allegedly happened. So McTavish came to Montreal from Scotland at the age of 25 and founded the Northwest Company, amassing his fortune mainly with the export of furs, in direct competition with the Hudson's Bay Company.
Oh, you don't want to fuck with the Hudson's Bay
Those
Company,
bastards. He started to build his McTavish Castle, 2 stories high and overlooking the 9,000 inhabitants of the city below, on the side of Moint. I tried to say Mount and Royal at the same time, and it came out Moint. It's fun. My mouth hates me. It hates me.
You
guys missed this, didn't you? You know you did.
That sounds like a British insult. You fucking moit.
Oh my God, I'm going to shoot my whiskey everywhere. You moint. Can we make that an insult?
Absolutely.
That is now an insult. You fucking moint.
Fucking moit.
That is totally an insult from here on out.
I thought you were going to fucking lose it.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah, I almost snarfed my shit everywhere. I swear to God. Like, oh my God. That is amazing.
I'm going to start calling people that.
Yeah, you moint.
You fucking moint.
You fucking moint.
Look, if you hear this starting to spread in the fucking lexicon and you hear someone call somebody a moint, you know where it came from.
That's how you guys know each other. You know who listens to the fucking podcast. That's it. That's the calling card.
That's our peoples.
That's it. That's our people. That's your people.
Moint. You people are fucking moints.
Yeah, you bunch of moints. The Midnight Train moints.
They're like a Jewish insult, like an old Jewish guy.
Hey, vey!
You moints.
You fucking moints. Ah, God. You fucking moint. Oh, my God. I'm serious. I'm going to get a shirt that says that. Fuck off, you fucking moint. Anyway, no, Mount Royal is what I was trying to say. And it happened in 1800 with the family tomb located slightly up the hill. But in 1804, he fell sick. Okay. And he died at the age of 54.
He probably looked like he was 80, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Likely of pneumonia.
Pneumonia.
Yeah. The castle walls and roof were already built, but McTavish's young French-Canadian bride quickly remarried and departed for England with their 4 kids.
I need a man to take care of me.
Yeah, I'm not staying here. The castle was boarded up, quote, leaving Simon McTavish's earthly remains abandoned, betrayed, and locked in a mausoleum.
That's fucked up,
That's
dude.
sad. That's sad.
What a bitch.
That's sad.
She's a fucking moint.
Yeah, she's a moint. That's a moint move right there. That's a moint move.
It's
right
very
there.
moint-like.
That's very, very mointly. You're acting like a real moint right now, okay? Seriously.
Can't believe you fucking did that, you moint.
If we can get this on an Urban Dictionary,
absolutely,
it should be a woman or a man who would leave their earthly remains of their significant other and move away with their children.
It's so goddamn specific. It's amazing.
It has to be, right?
That's it, dude.
Yeah, it has to be specific like that.
That's be like, you fucking moint. I did not. What?
I would never. Honey, would you ever moint me? No. No, you know better. Doesn't that sound like something your wife would ask you, though?
You better not fucking moint me if I die before
if I died first, would you moint me? Oh, my God. Oh, I'm so sorry. The first thing I'm going to ask my wife when we're done is if she would ever moint me. I swear to God, I'm going to do that. So McTavish would only stay locked up for a short time. Okay? After his wife mointed him. As years passed, he was seen dancing on the roof of his house, which is pretty awesome. Fitting in and out of windows and with his furs. and taking the occasional and taking the occasional moonlit toboggan ride in his coffin. Okay, so not only is he riding on a toboggan, which is a sled, folks, but it was his coffin.
And that's why I put that in there.
Yes,
because let's be honest, if I died, that would be some shit that I would do. Be like, you know what? Fuck these assholes. I'm going coffin.
That is one of the greatest things.
Coffin sledding.
Yep, I've ever heard of. And listen, the only reason we're telling you this very last story, as it, it's not really part of Griffintown lore, but Moody just couldn't pass up on delivering to you, beautiful passengers, the absurdity that is a coffin tobogganing ghost who's been moist. Well, I'm going to say we're going to...
Holy shit.
And now, boys and girls, it's your favorite part of the show, the movie review. Which top 10 movies will make the cut today?
Why?
Before we get into the movies, Moody looked up if moint was actually a word. And, well, what have you found?
The first thing we discussed already,
yes,
is a combination of moment in time and point in time into one word, and the example given is that John said that is correct. From that point forward, I will know all there is to know about vehicles.
Okay, so that's lame.
It's
That's
stupid.
lame. We don't like that one.
It's definitely not.
Yeah,
cool.
that's not good. Ours is better.
The second one, the second example is the quote, the ultimate fusion of a question mark and an exclamation point called
A.
the quexclamation moint.
Seems like someone's trying too hard. However,
I agree.
please tell us the last one you found.
Okay.
And listen, if you have any children nearby, just maybe not let them hear this part.
So the third example I found is called the jizz moint. And
no, is it one word? Is it hyphenated or is it
no?
two
It is
words?
two. It's jizz space moint.
Okay.
All right. And it is a noun.
Yes, please.
It's a noun.
Okay, it is a noun. Define.
It is the definition is the puddle of semen that accumulates on an object when ejaculated on from the penis.
The jizz moint.
Yes. And the the example given by this is written by J. Willie P.
Oh.
in 2007. Mike.
Okay. In 2007?
Yes.
Okay.
The example given for jizmoint.
Okay.
Bonnie had a jizmoint on her tits after I creamed on her.
Oh my God. Okay, so we have to take moint now. We have to take that.
I don't know.
Because I don't know. Ours is kind of better than that one, right?
Everything about ours is better than that one.
Ours is, it's at least specific.
Hold on.
I mean, that's pretty specific, though.
There's another one.
Oh, no.
And you can buy a mug that says this on it, apparently.
Oh, boy.
It is Pissed the Moint.
Pissed?
Pissed the Moint.
Okay.
And it's what you succeeded in doing when you failed to understand local natives' warnings during a visit to Coles and went noisily splashingly wading in a creek that is inhabited by fearsome-toothed, red-colored anglerfish like predators.
What?
So this seems like it's a very specific to a spot.
Coles, like the store Coles?
COLS.
Oh.
And it says if
not
you,
like KOH.
No.
Oh.
The example is if you don't want your gravestone to read missed the point, pissed the moint. You should closely comprehend. What the? This has got to be from a movie.
So are they saying you missed the? Oh, wait. Instead of miss the point, I get it. They're just switching the
but
words
this says
or the
you
letters.
should listen closely and comprehend what your intergalactic tour guide tells you about the dangerous plants. Is this from that fucking? Is this from that fucking movie, dude?
I have no idea.
It tells you about dangerous plants and animals on a particular planet or asteroid that you're planning. This has got to be from a movie. What's that fucking movie?
The
Hitchhiker's Guide.
Yeah,
It's got to be from something like that.
it might be. Ours is better.
Absolutely.
Although Gizmoint is pretty epic. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty epic. It is. I mean, anyway. So,
Hey, honey, did you clean up the Gizmoint on my back? Anyways, moint.
Moint. That's the moint,
Guys.
So what's the moint?
Don't moint your wife or husband after they die.
Don't
okay?
moint them after they die.
We're
because-
taking the word moint.
Yes, we're
That's
taking it
ours
back.
now.
We're
It's
taking it back.
ours.
Yeah, because those all suck.
Those are all
suck.
stupid.
Yeah.
Ours is not.
So we're talking about today Canadian supernatural horror films.
Really?
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
And I obviously want to know which ones you've seen.
Okay.
First on the list here, because there's no like
No
actual-
particular order.
In no particular order. Particularly. Insidious.
I've seen Insidious.
Okay. And aren't there like 8 of those now?
There are 2, and I believe a third one is coming out
Okay.
soon.
Insidious is a 2010 American-Canadian supernatural
It's
horror
not
film.
bad. This is a decent movie.
Directed by James Wan, written by Leigh Whannell, and starring Patrick Wilson, Rose Byrne, and Barbara Hershey. It's the first installment in the Insidious franchise and the third in terms of the series in story chronology. The story centers on a couple whose son inexplicably enters a comatose state and becomes a vessel for a variety of entities in an astral dimension known as the Further, who want to inhabit his body. So demons.
Correct.
Okay, so that's that one. Next one is The Woman in Black.
That's with fucking Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's a
Right.
really horrible picture of him, but yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's pretty solid.
Yeah?
Yeah, I heard it's pretty good.
All right. This is, let's see. The Woman in Black is a 2012 supernatural horror film directed by James Watkins and written by Jane Goldman. It is the second adaptation of Susan Hill's 1983 novel of the same name, which was previously filmed in 1989. The film stars Daniel Radcliffe, Kieran Hines, Janet McTeer, and some other people I don't know. The plot, set in early 20th century England, follows a young, recently widowed lawyer who travels to a remote village where he discovers that the vengeful ghost of a scorned woman is terrorizing the locals. So there's a moint in the midst, right?
Someone had to have been mointed in that story.
She was mointed, yeah. Number 3, It.
Oh.
Like the original It. Like,
Okay,
yeah.
that's Canadian?
Yeah, apparently.
All right.
It, also known as Stephen King's It, is a 1990 ABC 2-part psychological horror drama miniseries directed by Tommy Lee Wallace and adapted by Lawrence D. Cohen from Stephen King's 1986 novel of the same name. The story revolves around a predatory monster. You guys know what it is. I'm just trying to see, like, where... Apparently, yeah, it's Canadian. Yeah.
Interesting.
Next one, 13 Ghosts.
The new one or the old one?
The original.
The original? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's with Vincent Price, if I'm not mistaken. Is he not in that one?
No.
I thought he was in. No, I'm thinking like House on Haunted Hill.
Yeah. Which the remake was good on that, though.
It was all right.
Because it had...
The 13 Ghosts remake was pretty good, too.
I haven't seen
I like
the remake.
I like that one.
So 13 Ghosts, also known as 13 Ghosts and stylized as 13, spelled all weird, is a 2001 supernatural horror film directed by
so
Stephen Beck.
it's not the original. That's the new one. That's the remake.
What is?
13 Ghosts.
From 2001?
Yeah, that's the remake.
Oh, there's an original before that?
Yeah, from I'm looking right now. From 1960.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, I think Vincent Price was in that one. I could be wrong.
He may have been.
No, he wasn't. Never mind.
The next one is The Messengers. This has that one chick, Kristen Stewart, who plays the exact same character in every movie she's ever done.
I have not seen this one, but
I have, and it's whatever. Moving on. Here's a good one, The Gate.
Like from the 80s.
Yeah, 1987.
Oh my God, that movie's ridiculous. ridiculous.
Yeah. Kids left home alone accidentally unleash a horde of malevolent demons from a mysterious hole in their suburban backyard. That's pretty much all it says.
Yeah, no, it's a great movie.
Yeah, that was fun. Next one's The Fog.
Oh, that's a good one. That's John Carpenter.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
know.
solid fucking movie, dude.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Whatever, you're a dick.
Well, whatever.
Fucking moit.
Well, it's like The Mist. I would never moint my wife. Or you, Moody. Okay? I would never moint
I
you.
appreciate that.
I would never moint you. A thick mist of... What?
It's not like The Mist.
Hey, what do you mean? It literally says a thick mist of full of vengeful spirits.
I mean, I know what fog is. I'm just saying, like, in the fog, it's like, it's actual, like, people ghosts.
Oh.
Like the captain of the ship and all that. Captain Blake, I believe his name was. And he comes, they come ashore and fuck people. And no, they don't fuck people. Sorry, I came out wrong.
You mean fuck them up.
That's a different version of the movie.
Different ghost.
That's a different version of the movie.
Different ghost. Yeah.
No, but they come and terrorize people.
Okay,
And
maybe
then-
I've
and then
never
the
seen that though
mist-
because of that.
And then the mist is these big giant creatures, and they don't know what the fuck they are, and it's crazy. So it's similar, I guess, theoretically, but it's different.
So it says The Fog is a 2005 American supernatural horror film directed by Rupert Wainwright and starring Tom Welling, Selma
Wait.
Blair.
That is not. Is that a remake? If that's a remake, I swear to Christ.
I don't know.
The original Fog, The Fog, is fucking John Carpenter.
No, he produced it and wrote it. This is it, 2005.
No, it's from the 80s.
Dude, listen, man.
Yeah, the original Fog. Here you go. It's from the 80s.
Don't
John
believe me.
Carpenter directed it. He made it for $1 million, and it made $21 million at the box office. Jamie Lee Curtis is in it. I mean,
She was in the really?
the original Fog.
Oh shit.
Adrienne Barbeau was in it as well.
Oh my God, Swamp Thing. If you guys haven't seen Swamp Thing,
Janet
the
Leigh was
original,
in it.
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, dude.
I gotta see that.
There's some people in this motherfucker.
Well, this one has Tom Welling, Selma Blair, and Maggie Grace. And Selma Blair, isn't she the girl who unfortunately has like Parkinson's now?
Does she?
I'm pretty sure.
No shit. I didn't know that.
I think it could be another debilitating disease or whatever it is. She can
So
like
it is a
barely walk.
remake. That is a remake. I didn't know they remade that movie.
Yeah. Next up on the list is Tamara.
Nope.
Tamara is a 2005 horror film directed by Jeremy Haft and starring Jenna Dewan, Katie Stewart, Chad Faust, Claudette Mink, Melissa, a bunch of nobodies.
Okay.
It was released only in select theaters and by City Lights Pictures, a Manhattan-based production company. That's all it says.
Interesting.
An unattractive girl who is picked on by her peers returns after her death as a sexy seductress to exact
She
revenge.
100% got mointed.
She was mointed. Yep.
Also, on a side note, Selma Blair has multiple sclerosis.
MS. Okay. Yeah, I knew she had something like that.
Yeah.
Poor girl. That
I didn't know
sucks.
that.
Yeah, that sucks.
She was in some good stuff, man.
Yeah. Next one is Skinwalkers.
Oh.
Okay. From
I think there's like 37 movies called Skinwalkers.
Yeah.
So.
a 12-year-old boy and his mother become the targets of two warring werewolf packs, each with different intentions and motives.
Oh, I think I've seen that. I do actually think I've seen that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see. It was released in the U.S. by Lionsgate.
Yeah, I think I've seen that movie then. Okay.
Focuses on werewolves, directed by James Isaac, blah, 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 blah. It was delayed until yada, yada, yada.
I feel like I watched that randomly one time, and because, yeah, I thought it was weird that it was called Skinwalkers and they were werewolves. It did make sense to me.
Next up is Silent Hill Revelation.
I haven't seen that one.
It's not great.
Is that the second one?
Yeah.
They're making a third one, right?
I'm not
I
sure.
think they're making a third one because they can't come up with anything new. So
However, the next one after this, which is ranked 11, that previous one was ranked 10, is regular Silent Hill, the
Oh,
original.
absolutely.
Why is
So
that way
fucking
down on the list like that?
I don't know. Silent Hill should be. If that's
Silent
a Canadian
Hill's
movie, I should be towards the
amazing.
top.
Then let's see, An American Haunting is next on that one.
I've
Then-
heard of that one. I haven't seen it.
Then The Uninvited, Crimson Peak,
Crimson Peak is good.
Mama.
Mama is that fucking that's not
No, this is I believe that when you're talking about, you're thinking about Jennifer Lawrence. Is that who was in that?
no.
No?
I don't think so.
In the new Mama, isn't that
No,
Jennifer
no,
Lawrence?
no, no.
Oh.
I'm thinking of it's fucking Guillermo del Toro, isn't it? Didn't he do that?
No, not this one. This is
When's it from?
2013.
I think I saw this movie in the theater with my buddy.
Jessica Chastain Nicolaj Coster-Waldau.
It is Guillermo del Toro.
Not according to this.
He produced it.
Oh, produced. Okay, yeah, I
And
did see it.
directed.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. Sorry, I didn't see that part.
Is this the one I'm thinking of? Parents die. They're in the fucking they find them and they find these two girls in the woods and shit.
Mhm.
Yeah. I saw that movie in the theater.
I've
It's a
seen
pretty
it too.
solid movie. I
Yeah.
didn't know it was Canadian.
Then there's Sinister, Grave Encounters, The Moth Diaries.
Grave Encounters is good.
I've never seen it.
I've seen that one.
The Lords of Salem, which I heard it sucks.
It's based on no, that's the other one.
It's Rob Zombie.
Yeah, it has some. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen
Devil's Diary, Carrie,
it. From what year?
2002.
Okay, that's the remake of Carrie.
It's a TV film.
Yeah, it's got the dude. Wait, no, that's not the one I'm thinking of. Then never mind.
And there's a bunch of other shit on here. Oh, The Eye. That was a cool movie.
Was that with Jessica Alba?
Yeah, that was a cool one.
Yeah, because I
Changeling.
feel like shit like that could actually happen. Changeling was good. We've talked about that movie before.
Yeah, Left for What? The Witch. Ugh. I hated that damn movie.
The movie's such like a hot topic. Like when like you talk about it, people either love it or they hate it. I thought it was decent. I liked it.
It was okay.
I could definitely see like where people call like pretentious and ridiculous and shit.
It was just such a slow burn.
Yeah,
That's it.
I don't mind that kind of stuff though.
Yeah.
You got to be into that kind of movie though.
Wishmaster 4.
Holy shit!
on the
they made-
list.
how many of those did they
A
make?
lot. Omen 4.
Ugh.
And The Wisher. There's so many movies on this. The Haunting of Julia, Seizure, Puffball, Prom Night 3,
Prom Night 3.
Prom Night 2, Little Witches.
Wait, Prom Night 2's on there too?
Yes.
That's Prom Night and Prom Night. The original Prom Night was also Jamie Lee Curtis, I believe.
You know what movie's on here?
What?
Death Ship.
You're thinking of Ghost Ship.
Oh, damn it. I'm so excited. Gretel and Hansel. Candyman.
Gretel und Hansel.
Candyman, the remake is on here. Antlers, which is a
Did you
fucking
watch?
weird movie.
Did you watch the remake of
Yeah.
Candyman?
Yeah.
What'd you think about it?
It was okay.
I liked it. I thought it was
cool.
pretty good, man.
It was cool. I mean,
I thought he did a pretty good job.
I'm a
with
big fan of the original, so, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's just not going to be the same.
Scary stories to tell in the dark.
Oh, that's a good one. We watched that with the kids. They liked it.
In the Tall Grass.
That's supposed to be really good, I heard.
Yeah. It was
That's a
alright.
Stephen King one. It's
Yeah,
based
but
on
this is
Stephen
like
King
a
story.
different one. It's Canadian, so is it French? Wait. In the Tall Grass is a 2018 Canadian superhero written and directed by Vincenzo Natali. It is based on Stephen King and Joe Hill's 2012 novel of the same name. It stars. That's not the one with what's his face in
Isn't
it.
Tom Hardy in the other one?
It's not Tom Hardy. It's the guy that played Punisher in the really, really, really bad Punisher movie with John Travolta.
I thought that was a good one, dude. I like that movie.
Well, that guy, whatever his name is. And there's a bunch more
What
movies.
the fuck is that guy's name?
Bill,
It's not Bill.
Tom, Steve, Lou,
No,
George.
no.
Senor Papa Cabeza.
That's it.
I got it. I knew it.
Senior Daddy Head.
So listen, that is your episode for this week. And we're going to be getting these things back on track, pun intended, because
Heyo.
the train's back, baby. The train's back.
He's back, man.
And yeah, we're going to be doing some cool stuff. What's next week?
Next week is
Because I got something cool too I want to send you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next week is actually about the mointing of. Anyways, sorry, I couldn't help it.
That's amazing.
It's actually going to be about the Loveland Frogman and some other swampy fun creatures.
Swamp fucks.
Yeah.
Sweet. My kind of people.
Yes.
I like it. I got some cool stuff too
Yeah.
in the works.
Send
I've been
it
working
my
on.
way, dude.
I'm going to send it over to you because I found a couple things.
All
And
right.
this week's Patreon episode is going to be amazing too. And it's actually a request from one of our Patreon first class passenger poopers. We're still calling you that.
Good, good.
So listen, do us a favor. Make sure to stop over to our official website, themidnighttrainpodcast.com. At our website, you can buy some super sweet.
Super sweet.
There it is, merchandise at our store where you can find all kinds of stuff over there.
I was sporting my "Don't Be a DeSalvo" shirt the other day.
Nice.
And somebody commented on it.
See, it's
Look,
good
that
stuff.
shirt's hilarious. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. See, you get it. That's a smart guy. So if you've liked what you've heard from us, and who couldn't,
I agree.
right? Just consider being, a show producer.
Okay.
Get on over to the Midnight Train Podcast.com and click on the Patreon button, or go to patreon.com/the Midnight Train Podcast. For as little as $5 a month, you get all kinds of cool stuff like custom shirts, custom stickers, custom whatever. I mean, there's tiers in there, but listen, bottom line is you want the bonuses, right? So get in there, get the bonuses. The bonuses are hilarious because it's a little more off the cuff. Not that you can get a whole lot more off the cuff than what we already do.
Yeah.
All right. So get on over there, support the show, get the bonuses, because obviously you like listening to this damn show. And I'm so sorry it's taken so long to get back. And we'll talk about that here in a second.
Yeah.
So no, listen, honestly here, especially myself, we believe in focusing on mental health and for those of us with issues to be able to find the right help. So we're back to supporting a fantastic organization, the National Alliance on Mental Health. That's NAMI, N-A-M-I. And they work to educate, support, advocate, listen, and lead to improving the lives of people with mental illness and their loved ones. And we have been donating, and I know it's been slow moving on this side over here, but we've been donating 20% of our merchandise sales and Patreon subscriptions to this extraordinary institution each month to support the show. Okay, so get all the bonuses and help a great cause, and just become a first-class passenger. Become a pooper, if you will. If you don't know what that means, go back and listen. You'll know what that is.
I think that sounds wonderful.
Yeah. You know, because mental health is important. I mean,
is.
I'm crazy, you're crazy, we're all crazy. You know what I mean? Like, but
I'm not fucking crazy.
but
You're fucking crazy.
you can, hey, listen, don't want me, man. That's the shirt.
Don't moit me, man. Don't moit me, man.
Don't moit me, man. So don't forget to follow us on all the socials at Twitter, on Instagram, TikTok. All you got to do is look up the Midnight Train Podcast. It's on there everywhere. I could give you all the tags and everything else, but it's easier for you just to search it and, get on there and follow our shit. And it's been a little slow moving.
If you get on there now, by December, we'll have something up there for you. So get on before.
Is that 3 months? Is that what that is?
I don't know. I'm just throwing December in there. September. That's 4 months.
Okay, so before we get to our patrons here and whatnot, so basically what has happened in the wife and I, we...
Oh, you're married now.
As long as she doesn't moit me. Yeah. Shut up! Fuck off. So we actually dove into another business adventure. So we're business partners in the one thing we do.
Yeah.
And for those of you, and there's some of you that have actually been there before to our establishment. Hey, that's you.
This guy.
Yeah. And we dove into something a little bit, further down the road that was a big undertaking, and it took an
nudie bar.
And no, she would shoot
porn
me.
shop.
Closer.
Oh.
So no, we dove into the real estate market, and it's just a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. Yeah. So I had to kind of figure out where I was going with stuff,
Okay.
And
where were you going with stuff?
I'm trying to build an empire.
I like it.
Yeah. I want to leave something for my kids so they don't moit me.
Yeah, I'm going to leave him my fucking corpse. That's all they're getting.
No, but seriously, like we were trying to move into something different, and so it took a little bit of not a little bit, a lot of time. It took a lot of time.
Yeah.
And then back before Moody had a bunch of stuff happening or whatever.
I did. I had lots of stuff happening.
And he's kind of
I always have lots of stuff happening.
But you've got a better job now with better
hours
and shit. You know what I mean? Like I've got like at least a little bit of free time now to get back into this, and this is a huge and my wife literally, she said, and if I said this before, but she was like, that's your baby, like what are you doing? Like get in there and get this fucking shit done. Like I was working on music the other day, and she comes downstairs, she's like, why are you not working on the podcast? And I was like, you're right. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. Because this is a huge endeavor, but I mean, we've been doing this now for dude, it's coming up on 4 years, almost 200 episodes.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the gist of things. Life happens. You got to deal with things, and you make moves.
Yeah.
That's it. And in the midst of all that, like, kids, and I got a son getting married, and I have another grandbaby on the way.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Who?
Which I'm excited about.
Who?
Well, her name rhymes with Schmegan.
Oh, Julie. Okay.
No, my daughter Reagan is having a baby, and I'm super excited. First baby boy. Yeah, I've already got my granddaughter, so now I'm getting a grandson. So there's that in the works, and then just there's just so many cogs moving at all points in time, and it was just kind of like I had to take a breath, and focus on other shit. So I tried to do what I could as far as the patrons and whatnot, but now we're back.
Yeah, we are.
And it's nice to see you across from me right now.
It's nice to be here, man.
Yeah, seriously.
It is. It's fun. I've been looking forward to this.
Good. And we're going to keep moving things forward, like literally, like we're
I mean, they'll go forward. I don't know if they'll get any better, but they'll definitely go
I
forward.
didn't say they had to be better.
Oh, good. Slowed off of my mind.
But in the midst of all that shit that was going on too, like everybody was getting married, like all of my friends and everybody was getting married. So we were going to Savannah for a wedding, and they were going to Punta Cana for a wedding. And I wasn't not just going to the wedding, I was being the officiant for those weddings.
You just reminded me of something.
Oh boy.
No, go ahead. Keep talking.
No. You also can't forget the one thing you were going to say earlier.
That's what it reminded me of.
What is it? Go ahead.
The High Life thing.
What is it?
I am a officiant of High Life. I was ordained through High Life to be able to perform weddings and things like that through High Life.
Is it legit?
Yes. I could I could fucking marry you in that microphone right now.
I can marry you with the microphone right now.
Exactly. Who are you through?
Some fucking thing I did online.
So I did it years
but it's through the state though.
So I did it years ago through the Church of the Dude.
Okay.
Dudism. I got ordained as a Dudist priest, and then they did this thing with High Life that they go through whatever church they went through or whatever, and you can get ordained as a officiant of High Life. So I am now ordained as an officiant of High Life, and they sent me all this crazy shit. I got this nice pair of socks, a leather koozie.
Wait a minute.
Fucking there's cards that have my name on them.
Wait a minute. Hold on. So you're ordained through Miller High Life. But yet
they went through a church to do it,
right?
To make it official.
That. I get all that. Like, I don't care about the ins and outs, but yet they're still not sponsoring the fucking show.
I know. I wasn't on the show at the time.
Garbage.
I am now though, so we could probably figure that out.
Yeah, let's get that fucking working, man.
All right,
come on.
That's fine.
I mean, you should totally marry my son in the future. You should. You should totally do that.
Why'd you do it?
Yeah. Because I'm his best man.
Oh.
He asked me to be his best man, which is super cool. Super cool. Yeah, my son, Riley, who was on the show fucking forever ago, he asked me to be his best man, dude. One of the fucking most amazing moments
awesome,
ever.
Dude.
Yeah. Like he showed up with like this whole like kit that he got me and everything.
It's also kind of
else.
sad though, because that means he doesn't have any friends.
It's Riley.
Just kidding, buddy, if you listen to this.
No, I love him to death, man. Like, it's one of the coolest things ever, dude. Like, so all of that is happening. My son's getting married. My daughter's having a baby. My friends are all getting married. It just seemed like a ton of shit.
And I spent the last year and a half yelling at my kids, so.
Yeah, well,
I'm also a Viking now.
You are a Viking now.
I am a
which
Viking now.
I'm pretty proud of you about that.
It's pretty sweet,
I am,
dude.
because you're in there with Ray.
I am.
Yeah. So do you actually get to fight Ray? Have you fought him yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's incredible. And I think I've beaten him once.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's something to gloat about.
Yeah. It's fun, dude. It's awesome. I'm actually wearing my Viking pants right now.
Are you really?
These are authentic, period specific. Like, this is what a Viking would have worn in like 500.
Listen, this is not a joke right now at all.
No, it's not.
It's literally like you guys go out and like
we fight with swords and axes
and shit. And our buddy
Ray.
I just
got my helmet.
Did you really?
I did. I got a helmet. It's in my car.
You have to post a picture.
I will.
Yeah, send it to me and I'll post it. I like to let everyone know that you are actually a Viking now.
Yeah.
Like the beard always kind of exuded Viking, but now you're a Viking.
Me and Danny are Vikings.
That's amazing. And our buddy Ray, who is WWE wrestler.
He's part of the tag team, the Viking Raiders.
The Viking Raiders.
Yes.
And they live that Viking life.
He's our leader, man.
Yeah, he lives that Viking life for sure.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And he's such a great guy.
He is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
He seems so intimidating. One of the sweetest people you'll ever meet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like legit. Like he's awesome. And I love that you're a part of that whole thing.
Yeah,
seriously. I think it's great. I think I saw it on one of the socials or whatever. I saw you and I was like, that's fucking great.
Yeah.
Even Jeff was like, dude, did you see this? Yeah, it was amazing. So anyway, that's what was going on. However,
lots of stuff.
Lots of shit, but we're moving forward and we're going to keep this fucking train rolling.
We are.
And for all you new people that came to the show thinking that, hey, that guy was on the History Channel, well, I'm sorry. Because It's a little different than what you might have thought, right?
Or it's not.
Or it's not.
We were right on fucking par. Probably not, though.
It was a good time either way.
I agree.
Yeah.
Lots of laughs to be had.
Yeah.
Tears were shed.
Yeah.
Dudes were tobogganing in ghost fucking sleds.
Mointings happened.
Mointings.
Like all the mointings happened.
Dude, so many mointings.
So listen, we cannot thank you enough for all of the love and support.
Yeah.
Seriously,
You guys are like our jock straps. You support us.
Aw, you are. Can we get jock straps made? With like our faces on the crotch? Do they make female jock straps?
Yeah, they're called Jills.
Jills?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like to hide the gooch?
They're like pelvic protectors.
Oh.
More so for, impact and stuff like that.
So
I'm sure there's padding on the...
So we can get those made?
Yeah, we could.
With our faces on it?
Yes. I assume.
Beautiful.
Ladies, here we come.
So listen, a very special
then
thank you.
We'll be talking about jizz moints.
Lots of jizz moints. A huge thank you to our fearless executive producer, Patreon poopers, and first-class passengers.
Yes.
That's always so loud.
Some things never change. It's so comfortable.
To Tim Karras, who, by the way, dude, thank you so much for that. That was amazing. To Zoe Miller.
See the one you were telling me about?
Yeah.
Good
Thank
job,
you,
dude.
Yeah, you have no
awesome.
idea. That's so cool. Zoe Miller, to Tracy Valancourt, who I've been we've been talking to as far as what.
I can't.
What?
Valancourt. Vicky Valancourt from The Waterboy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her last name's Valancourt.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Vicky Valancourt.
Mama said.
Mama said.
Foosball is the devil.
The devil. She actually gave us
Sorry.
the idea for no, it's amazing.
She's not gonna be on this list next week now.
She gave us the idea for this upcoming bonus episode.
Excellent.
Yeah. So to Edgar Rodriguez, to Jenny Wynn, to Riley with no last name, Chris Connors.
That's your son, isn't it?
It's not him.
No?
Yeah, it's not him. Yeah.
You sure?
I swear, it's not him. Yeah. Chris Connors, Amanda C., Micah Purdue, Dale Wells, George DeJesus, Megan McTerry, Amanda Denz, Chris Lucas, Joseph Aramo, Nathan Diekman, Caitlin McKinney,
Is that
Maggie
Nathan with a PHTH?
Nathan. Maggie Brothers, Miles Campbell, Brian Gunzelman, Pumpkin Escobar, Mac Doherty, Janet Sherrill, Chad Flint, Chris McLeod, Justin Kowalczyk, Christina Skelton from the Sisters Skelton podcast.
Yes.
But notice who I didn't mention? Jessie. Yeah, she left.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. So we're only going to talk about half the Sister Skelton podcast.
The sister.
The
Skelton.
Sister Skelton. Yeah, you hear that, Jesse?
The good sister.
Yeah. To Maria Gibbs, to Chainsaw.
What the fuck?
As long as he's still on there.
He is, for sure.
That's all right.
Courtney Batchelor, Katie Brabenick, we love you so much. And, of course, our boy, Bill Birch. I love you, dude. And thank you. He literally had some shit going on where he had to drive like 18 hours to get home. And he's like, all I wanted to do was listen to the show. And there's no new fucking episodes.
There is now.
There is now. So
Get back in your fucking car. And you just fucking drive, bro.
Just drive, Bill. Just drive. Anyway.
Just only like an hour and a half so you can get back and still listen to it.
Right, but I have to, good for you. Just because we have to keep doing that. So listen, do us a favor, spread the word, and if you want your name to be mentioned on the show and for us to be forever grateful and get all the bonuses and just be super freaking cool, become a producer of the show over at Patreon. And dude, I'm so excited about this.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
I'm happy to be back in this chair with this damn mic in front of me. Yeah. Like I'm very excited about it. Yeah.
With me in front of you.
Yeah. You have pretty eyes.
Thanks, buddy.
You do. You have
my best feature.
He has very pretty eyes. No, your beard's pretty impressive too.
Yeah, but
especially the gray
that usually has. But do you like that?
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
It's
kind of neat.
I like it too.
Yeah.
I always knew it was going to happen. There's a little tiny one over here because when it would grow in, these two spots were always blonde. I got two little blonde spots here, and that's the part that's turning gray.
See, with me, all my grays that you see here from all my children.
That's why I don't have any hair.
Those were exactly. Those were all red.
Red, yeah.
Yeah, and
that makes sense.
Turn gray. It's crazy. Yeah, pigment and shit, and it's science.
Science.
So listen, do us a favor. Don't moint anybody.
Don't, please. Dude,
In fact,
listen to me. I don't care if you're a Patreon pooper or not. So help me God, if I find out that you fucking mointed somebody.
it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. We're coming for you. In fact, I think you should make a solemn promise that you will go directly to your significant other.
And promise them.
Promise them.
And make them promise you.
Correct.
That's the more important part. Because we know you guys.
Right.
We know that you
would
don't have
never.
you don't have it in you to moint somebody.
Right. But go and make sure that like you get on one knee.
You ask your no. You find out. You ask them straight up. Would you ever fucking moint me?
Right.
And
For sure.
If they say yes, or if they pretend like they don't know what you're talking about, fucking leave them.
That's it. Yeah. Just be done.
Moint them before they can moint you.
Preemptive mointing.
The preemptive mointing.
Preemptive mointing, because you don't want to be mointed. You don't want to be the mointed. You want to be the mointer.
Mointee?
Mointee, if you will. Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
A Canadian mointee.
Jesus Christ. Hey, we're coming up on 200. And for those of you still here,
And we're still fucking bringing it, dude.
but we want to know what you guys want for 200.
I'm going to throw this out there.
Oh,
Those
boy.
of you that are, I know that some of you guys that listen are friends with me on Facebook, and it's awesome, and I appreciate it. And I know that, and some of you on Instagram as well. I've also, in the time that I've not been doing this, I've picked up some very bad habits. One of them is I bought a stick and poke tattoo kit, and I've been giving myself tattoos.
You've been sending me pictures of said tattoos.
They're not bad.
It's not horrible. They're not horrible
no.
for
what it is.
For a fucking stick and poke.
Yeah.
I noticed is that runes on your finger?
Yeah, that's Freya. That's the rune for Freya.
That's an F.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not literally an F. It's a rune, but
But
it
it's
looks
an
like
F.
an F.
But it is an F.
At any rate. At any rate. So I've started on my leg, and some of you have seen the pictures. Those of you that don't, maybe I'll throw a picture up. On
we have to.
the Midnight Train page.
Yeah. And your helmet.
And the helmet, yeah, absolutely. I've been doing cryptids and creatures on my leg. I've been tattooing. I started off, Danny actually did the first one. She did a little spaceship beaming up a dude on my leg. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to fucking build around this. So then I did Bigfoot, was my next one.
Mm-hmm.
And he's walking the silhouette and he's giving the horns.
Mm-hmm.
That was the next one.
Then you have Mothman on there.
I did the Mothman.
Mm-hmm.
I did a Chupacabra.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a Wendigo. And I did the fucking
Frogman.
Loveland Frogman.
Yeah.
And my newest piece is I put the Flatwoods Monster on there. I think I showed you that picture.
Yeah.
I have to. There's some that I got to color them and everything. So here's what I'm going to do though. I am going to, for the 200th episode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I hope people are still listening right now.
I want them. I need their help. I need to know what cryptid goes on my leg next.
Oh, okay.
So
all right.
you guys choose it. And you have until the 200th episode, and I will have it done, and I will post it.
It's got to be a cryptid.
It's got to be a cryptid.
Okay.
Preferably nothing ape-like, because I already have Bigfoot. So nothing like that. It can be a famous
like
one.
an ape-like hairy man beast.
Yes.
Dude, I drink out of that cup all the time, and every time I do, I just laugh. It's so good. You can get that cup at themidnighttrainpodcast.com. Anyway.
So that's the thing. So for 200th episode, you guys, you have a little while, a couple of weeks until that.
Yeah.
So I want to hear
3 weeks.
Maybe we can put a post up on Facebook, like a pinned post.
Yeah.
And we could put a poll up or something, and we could have people add whatever they want to the poll.
Love it.
And whoever gets the most votes as a cryptid, I will put on my leg, and I will have it done for the 200th episode.
And then every time he meets one of you, you guys get to sign it in ink, right? Right? Are we doing that?
No, we're not doing that. Not doing that.
He's like, too far, dude. Too far. Anyway, I think that's awesome.
So that's the plan.
All right, so let's get the next cryptid
and
for you.
I'll throw a picture up of what I have now, right for after we're done.
Yeah, to make sure I have a couple of the pictures too, so I can send those too. So do us a favor, let us know what you guys want for fucking 200 episodes.
Give us some ideas for that too.
And that's 200.
Not saying we'll take them, but
that's
give them
like,
anyways.
That's regular episodes.
200. That's a lot.
That's not including the bonuses. That's it's crazy.
Did a lot of bonuses.
And that's taking almost 3 months off. Whatever. Anyway, I'm sorry.
I was here that night.
I'm sorry.
Happened.
Yeah, I know. Probably not. Anyway,
saying.
I know. Anyway, moving on.
You fired me though.
Yeah, I did not fire you. We don't say fired around here. We say moint.
You fucking moited me from the show, dude.
I'm sorry I mointed you. I know. I'll never. I hereby promise to never moint you again.
I want that in writing.
I'll give it to you.
We're gonna sign contracts.
Only if I can write it on your leg.
That's fine.
Okay. Swear to God, I'll do it.
And we'll both sign it. It'll say, "I swear, under penalty of death,
to never moint.
my."
Jesus Christ.
It'll have your name and my name, and we'll sign next to it.
I'm in, dude.
I'm
in. We're back. All right. Cheers to you, buddy. I know you're done, and you should just take a swig of that real fast.
Fuck it.
All right, listen, thank you guys so much.
We're done.
Stay safe out there.
Stay safe.
Stay
safe.
Stay
Guys.
safe.
Seriously, guys, stay safe, okay?
And do me a favor, just go up and just promise you won't moint your significant other.
Don't end up in the fief, dude.
Yeah. Don't be a thief by mointing someone.
What if you can? Wouldn't you moint somebody in the fief? Because they'd be in the fief and you'd moint them.
Unless you're a thief.
You could be fiefing in the fief and then moint somebody.
So you would be a mointing thief in the thief.
Right.
Okay, we got to go. Thank you guys so much. And always stay safe, all right?
Cheers.
And
cheers, fuckface.
Choo-choo, motherfuckers!
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
No mointing.